Around the world. Tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live, and thousands more watching at home on YouTube, have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from Pennsylvania to Transylvania, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide sensation by the grace of God. This is the time for this entire capacity crowd in Savannah, Georgia, to get up on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
With the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome Stephanie Cherry.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It is game 22 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour loved by our good friends at Zappos. Everybody getting into the kick line as we are mere moments away from the 21st battle of the tour between the Bananas and the Party Animals. Welcome back up into the broadcast booth, Biko Scala, the broadcast entertainer for this here club. So happy to have you watching on YouTube. The comment section has been on a whole nother level tonight, and we are riled up in Banana Land for two of the most exciting hours or less of your entire lives. All 21 games we've had thus far, we've got 9 innings in within the realm of our 2-hour time limit. Banana Ball has reached a whole nother level here on the 2023 tour, and it is anyone's guess who will come out on top tonight. Although the Party Animals, winners of 2 straight, they have a 3-game advantage on the tour at 11 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie. The exact opposite for the Bananas, except you can tack on the win they had against the former major leaguers of the MLB PAA. On the bump for the Nanners tonight, Kyle Lewiggs, the 6-year man, a collegiate pitcher for the Bananas for 4 seasons, 3 as a reliever, 1 as the ace starter of the 2021 Coastal Plain League Championship Bananas. And he's coming off a couple rough starts, as Josh and I touched on in the pregame show, and that is just the really tough task that Kyle has on this tour, is facing an extremely overpowered Party Animals lineup once a week and trying to figure out a way to keep them off balance the whole way through. This is Kyle's 9th start. He leads the tour with the 44 innings pitched you saw there, as well as his 34 strikeouts, 1 more than Garrett Delano, the Party Animals ace, who will be opposing him. And the lineup trying to provide Delano some run support tonight. Reese Hampton, Dalton Cornett, and Jake Skoll pencil them into the first 3, with Bryson Bloomer cleaning up pretty much every night at this point. Tanner Thomas and Breland Almodovar. Then Chase Acuff, Joe Lytle, Jason Swan, and Dustin Baber rounding out a Party Animals lineup that has been hitting .308 on the tour, 25 points better than the Bananas. And Josh will get into some of the nitty-gritty when it comes to stats. Here's Jesse Cole real quick.
Fans, it's time to get it started here, but in Banana Land, we started a little different. So on 3, I need everyone to say, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Leading off.
You will hear from Josh after the first inning down on the field, giving you the advanced Bananalytics stats segment that you not just want, but you need here on a beautiful Saturday night in Savannah, Georgia. The boys are bumping. Reese Hampton, the switch hitting right fielder. As tough as it comes in the hitter department on either side. As I just mentioned, Hampton, Cornett, Skoll, and Bloomer. The first 4 for the Party Animals have been just a step above nearly everyone in the tour, and Hampton shows you why right there. Great piece of hitting. He's been a little pull happy on the tour thus far, but he does a good job of taking it to the left side of second base. And now 3 straight games, Reese Hampton against Kyle Lewiggs, dating back across the past 3 weeks. He's led it off with a line drive single. Now Dalton Cornett, the catcher. Started off as the hottest guy on the tour. It's cooled off slightly in the month of April, down to .324 and .414 in batting average and on-base percentage, respectively. Really nice backdoor bender for Mr. Lewiggs to get the zone. It's a pretty classic 4-seam, 2-seam fastball. He'll work a cutter in as well, and a slider and a curveball. The mystery pitch that he has added to the arsenal between his last start and this one is the splitter. Jared Donaldson and Matt Malatesta throw 2 of the best splits that I've seen in my 3+ years broadcasting the Bananas here in Grayson Stadium. Kyle has always dabbled with a changeup as well, but has never fallen in love with how the pitch has worked for him. A back pick at first, and Hampton back in time. Reese 9 for 11 in his stolen base attempts on the tour. Last summer for the Gastonia Honey Hunters, he was 65 for 82. as Kyle checks on him. That was in a 117-game season in the Atlantic League. DR Meadows breaking in, and he's going to have to take it on a hop. Nobody covering second. Hampton read it well and would have had the bag easily either way. Dalton Cornett has hit into a lot of tough outs on the tour thus far. Put him right up there with Danny Hosley, Joe Lytle, with some of the guys who have a higher ratio of quality at bats than their cold hard statistics really show. And that is the baseball gods giving DC 3-1 back. Now Jake Skoll leading the tour in on base percentage at .512. His .385 batting average, third best. He's also pacing the tour in homers, doubles, sprints, tied for the tour lead in runs scored with Hampton on second. 28 of them in the 20 games that they have played. This now game 21 for the Party Animals. Skoll with 17 ball four sprints compared to his 15 strikeouts. Hampton taking off for third. Bang, bang play. He's safe. Good toss from Bill Leroy, who's been a teammate of Kyle's for the past 6 years. 4.5 of them at the University of North Georgia. All 6 of them in Banana Land. Brandon Sherman going buck wild outside of the Party Animals dugout. And specifically, it seemed like looking right up in the booth. It stared into his soul. Hampton now 10 for 12 in steals. Cornett 3 for 4 over at first base. All 3 of his bags swiped have come here in April. This is an enormous moment in this ball game real early on. Josh mentioned on the pregame show, it's all about handling these first 4 Party Animals. And Kyle going after Skoll with the heater. On the inside corner, Jake has 2 home runs off of Mr. Lewiggs on the tour, out of the 6 that Kyle has given up. The count even at 2-2. Banana ball is really a hitter's sport. And the biggest reason is that when 4 balls are fired, it's a sprint instead of a walk. It just makes it so much more important for pitchers to attack hitters, especially in a situation like this. If Skoll works what would be his tour-leading 18th sprint of the season, Hampton scores easily from third. Cornett could even score from first. Another 2-2. There goes DC3 and Jake battling. The Party Animals center fielder leads the tour on pitches per plate appearance. Over 4.5 pitches every time he steps into the lefty batter's box. He was the 15th overall draft pick back in 2010 for the Texas Rangers. And he works the count full just like that. I would wager Cornett takes off from first. He doesn't. Payoff is a foul ball. A sword from Skoll, just barely able to get some lumber on the breaking pitch, cutting in on his hands. Shout out Nikki Benedettini and Colf Charter for early donations in the chat. Thank you so much. Kyle checks on Cornett. Nikki said, in California, can I meet you? Yeah, of course, Nikki. This time, DC3 taking off. Pop fly, foul territory. Bill's got a beat on it, but it's going to clang on top of the grandstand. And Kyle all smiles on the mound. He's had a handful of these battles with Skoll, where he gives him every arrow in his proverbial quiver. And just can't figure out how to get a ball put in play, nonetheless get it out. Cornett off again. And that one, a hot shot knocked down by Dan Oberst. He's going to have to take the sure out at first. Hampton was off on contact and scores easily. So the Party Animals on a pair of singles. And the steal of third from Hampton. Push a run across with just 1 out in the ballgame. Jake gets his tour-leading 23rd run batted in. The Party Animals catcher moves up to second base, and Bryson Bloomer, the third baseman, into the batter's box. He leads the tour with that .432 batting average. The on base is second best, only to Skoll. Fastball just misses the corner. Kyle having a chat with Vincent Chapman about where that missed. Vincent's zone has skewed a lot lower than it has high, as that one gets away from Bill into the Party Animals dugout. So Cornette will get third base on the wild pitch as the ball goes out of play. Seems like we've also seen Vince's zone tighten over the past series or two. And now he's giving Bryson Bloomer a strike for stepping out of the box. So it's a 1-2 count, not 1-1. It's an interesting decision because the ball went out of play. Have to break into the bylaws of Banana Ball to figure out what should have been ruled there, but Bloomer does not protest. Bananas bring the left side of the infield to half depth as that one misses the inside corner. Kyle wanted it. It was a good call from Vincent. It was an inch or two off. Payoff. And it's a hot shot, backhanded by a sliding Ryan Cox, throw to first. And the Party Animals score their second run of the inning. The glove magician at short makes it look so easy. Bloomer picks up his 21st RBI. He trails only Jake Skoll in the stakes department. Slap a star next to that one in your book. That had some serious exit velo. Now Tanner Thomas. Shout out Josh Weaver for the donation in the chat. Thank you so much. And Andy Wallen and Hunter McCornack, welcome to the BTV crew. Joining in as a member gets you some goofy emotes, custom to our goofy club. That one off the inside of the back, gonna be a tough play. Noah Bridges diving, can't make the snag, and now we hope he's okay. He's up pretty quick. Went out, the wind got knocked out of him. The left wrist looked like it clanged off the grass a little awkwardly. We've seen Noah make so many incredible plays in the outfield, especially when he has to go full Superman mode. But he just didn't have enough room to get to this one on the fly. As you see, got the leather on it just off the end of the bat as Breland swinging first pitch. Jackson Olsen, schnazzy scoop at third base. Makes the play over at first. And the Party Animals will have to be content with 2 runs on 3 hits. They strand a man. And the Bananas will need 2 runs to tie the first inning, 3 runs to win it. Just in case you are new to Banana Ball and you missed the young professor running through our 9 rules on the pregame show. Remember, the core to this whole sport is if you win an inning, you get a point. It's match style play. Just like tennis, or you can play golf in match play. Foregoing strokes for just whoever wins a hole gets a point. Anyhow, I digress. You win an inning, it doesn't matter if the Party Animals win this inning 2-0 or 2-1, they will get 1 point. And same goes for the Bananas if they can mount a 3+ run comeback. Tall task, as Garrett Delano has been the best pitcher for the Party Animals on the tour and has made a case to be the best pitcher overall up against Danny Hosley for the Nanners. Averaging 4 minutes and 21 seconds per frame. His 37 innings toss lead the Party Animals. So does his 2.92 ERA, which if I could convert it to a baseball ERA, is like a 1 ERA basically, because of how just devastating sprints are on pitchers. He also leads the Party Animals in strikeouts, 33 Ks, and he's only given up 3 ball force sprints, just about a 2% sprint chance per batter he faces. Pretty insane numbers. Dan Oberst, Eric Jones, Michael Deeb all due to swing it, with Dakota McFadden waiting in the cleanup spot. Dan has been awful hot as of late in his 2nd straight tour, his 5th year as a Banana. Man out of Largo, Florida takes the heater inside. He lived with Garrett Delano last year on the tour. Garrett actually crashed on the couch of Bill Leroy and Kyle Lewigs, and Dan lived in a tiny little twin bed in Kyle's room as that one's chopped down the third baseline. Beautiful swinging bunt and just foul. Took a left turn at the perfect moment for the Party Animals. 1-1 count on the Nanners first baseman. Dan coming off a 3-for-4 performance 2 nights ago. Brings his batting average up to .394, second best on the tour, only behind Bryson Bloomer. The two of them were Coastal Play League teammates on the 2021 championship squad. Dan 3 years as an amateur Banana, now his second as a pro. Led last year's tour with a .440 batting average. Much smaller sample size. That was just 12 games between the Bananas and Party Animals as Dan was ready for the inside heater. A little too ready. BSN's Obscure Games, thank you so much for the donation. BSN says, my wife is a fan of Delano. She calls him Shorts, in quotes. It's a nice nickname. Very apropos as Dan able to fight off the heater. Delano, a collegiate Banana back in the summer of 2018. That is a swing and a miss, but the ball, a wild pitch, bounces off the wooden plank that guards the Bananas dugout. And that is a big strikeout wild pitch, because now the tying run in the inning is brought up to the dish. Don't see that very often. Delano gets his 34th K of the year, ties his counterpart on the bump, Kyle Lewicks for the tour high. Now Eric Jones. Watches the bender. Whoa, that's a generous call by Vincent Chapman. That's example number 1 on the night of how his zone skews lower than high, which is completely cool. All the players want, pitchers and hitters alike, is a consistent zone. And Vince has been pretty darn solid this year. Of course, the world's only dancing home plate umpire. He is second to none when it comes to shaking those hips. Dan over at first base, always a threat to run. 11 for 14 on the tour, second most steals. Only to Malachi Mitchell, who gets to pinch run 2 or 3 times a night. In Banana Ball, you can pinch run or pinch hit once through the order. So that has certainly juiced Flash the Kid's numbers, the fastest man in Banana Ball, who's 17 for 19 in his attempts at swiping bags. 2-1 count now on the Bananas extra hitter. Leads the team in homers with 4. And a 3-1 count with the dangerous Michael Vitamin D waiting in the on-deck circle. Jones also the team leader in ribeyes and ball 4 sprints. 8 sprints compared to just 6 strikeouts. And a hot shot through the right side of the infield. With a strikeout and a wild pitch. And a single. The Nanners have the tying run on the bases. The inning-winning run coming up to home plate. And the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song reverberates through a sold-out historic Grayson Stadium. Michael Deeb in his 3rd straight tour for the Bananas. Dates back to the original One City World Tour. Comes in hitting .383, second best on the team, 5th best on the tour. Really does his damage to right and center field. .22 of his 23 hits have gone that direction, only 1 to left. And well ahead of the nasty Delano curveball. Garrett, 2-seam, 4-seam fastballs, low 90s. He can touch about 94. Curveball and changeup to round out the arsenal. And that's a bouncer to first. Jason Swan wields and fires to second. Acuff back to first, not in time. Says the new umpire tonight, Mark Cole, in his banana ball debut. Athletic play by Delano and Acuff, covering the bag, and a strike to the Party Animals starter. Would have been a monumental 3-6-1 double play. But Deeb breaking it, busting it rather down the line. Still keeps the innings tying run on base and the winning run at the dish. Dakota McFadden also in his third straight tour. It's the first man selected in the One City World Tour back in 2021. Hot shot up the middle, Chase Acuff is there, throw to first, there's the double play. Party Animals win the first inning 2-zip and take a 1-point lead in the ball game. Good lumber by the Nanners DH, but good defensive positioning for the boys in black and pink. Let's throw it down to Josh Talevsky for a statistical break in our ball game.
Yeah, thank you very much, Biko. We're here to actually talk about some walk-off data on the World Tour so far. Now, in the Bananas' 9 wins this season, how about 21 walk-offs? That's a 2.33 average. In the Bananas' 11 losses, 26 walk-offs, that's a 2.36 average. So we're not seeing much of a discrepancy there, but here's where the runners in scoring position data also matters. As you can see my Party Animals gathering around me here. The Bananas batting .261 with runners in scoring position. How about the Party Animals .322? A stellar mark, boys. Okay, the Bananas need to be cashing in a little bit more in order to get more walk-offs. If the Bananas are going to defeat these pesky Party Animals tonight, we're going to need to see about 3 walk-offs for a win. Guys, you going to let that happen? What do you think, Baber?
No, never.
Party Animals say no. We'll see what happens tonight. Party Animals lead 1-0. Biko, back to you.
Chase Acuff, the shortstop, leads off the second inning. I just said a bajillion things and was muted the entire time, so that's an OG Biko mistake for those who followed me back to my Saugerty Stallion days, the summers of 2016 and 2017, and my first year or two in Banana Land. I have broadcasted probably across my career for hours upon hours with my microphone muted. Acuff has been heating up as of late, the batting average up to .279. That's a good poke right there. Now Joe Lytle is the showman of the night 2 evenings ago with one of the most prolific blasts to right field that I've seen in my 3+ years here in Banana Land. Honestly, the only person who has ever hit a home run that far to right was Kyle Lewicks, the starter for the Nanners. That was back on August 15th, 2020, when Kyle and Bill thought they may have been playing their last games ever in Grayson Stadium as Bananas. As Joe starts in a sprinting position, gets ball 4. Errant throw from Bill Leroy. Ryan Cox not able to pick it. All 7 Bananas in the field have to touch the ball before it's live. Jackson Olsen, the final piece of that puzzle. Acuff scores easily from first. There'll be an unearned run for Kyle as it's an error on his longtime battery mate, Lytle picks up only his third sprint of the tour. And a big cut and a miss from Jason Swan. It's his first time in the field since coming back from the hamstring injury. As Vincent Chapman grabs some of the $100 bills, definitely not fake, that were sprinkled around home plate. 0-2 to the Party Animals first baseman. All the way to the backstop, and Lytle's gonna slam the brakes. Thought about coming on home, and now the throw from Bill back to the mound is wild, and Joe will score. This is just about as sloppy as it gets for the Bananas when they really need to be bearing down more than ever before. I talked about it on the pregame show. We're about 30% of the way through Bananas versus Party Animals games on the tour as Joe Lytle becomes a human sprinkler on home plate. And an excellent job with the interpretive dance. But the Party Animals 3 games up on the Bananas, as that's a hot shot up the middle, base knock for Swan. Their 5th hit of the game. 2 runs already in here in the second. They won the first inning 2-0 to take a 1-point lead. And Justin Baber coming up to the dish has a mic on him. How you living,
What's up,
buddy?
Vico? How's it going, bud? Let's see what I can get here. How's it going, Vico? How's it going tonight?
Really good, stud. Really good. Good start for your boys.
Oh yeah, we're starting hot today.
There goes Swan. Good throw from Bill. And Jason.
Oh yeah, got that hand in there. Got that hand in there.
Well, it's good to see him running like a deer again.
Oh, good to have him back. He's an absolute mammoth. Good to have him back on the line out there.
It's his third steal in as many attempts. 2-0 count on you.
Oh yeah, see what I can do. Move him over.
Oh, Baber.
I can't hit it much harder, Vico.
That was a great
I
piece
can't
of
hit it
hitting.
much harder.
Hey, thank you so much for popping the mic on. We'll chat when you get out in the field,
Nobody
okay?
turn it off. I can't hear him anymore. Guys trying to do it.
There goes Dustin Baber. We'll chat with him when he's out at second base in the bottom of this inning. All he was trying to do was move Swanee over. It was an excellent piece of hitting. And now back to the top of the order. A 2-0 count on Reese Hampton, who singled, stole third, and scored an inning ago. Pickoff attempt on Jason Swan. He's back just in time. Good execution from Kyle and the glove magician Ryan Cox. Ryan, welcome to the BTV crew. Jamie was a big fan of the sprinkler. As was I. That ball stroked down the right field line, but foul by a couple feet. Well, that'll be some advanced analytics that would be fun to dig into, Terry. She thinks Jason Swan doesn't do as well when he actually wears his jersey. That would take some research, but it would be a whole lot of fun to dig into. Payoff pitch coming to the Party Animals right fielder. Stroked foul once again. Look out, folks. Goodness gravy. Reese came into the ball game hitting .384, 4th best on the tour. And another foul ball, clubbed on the backdoor breaking ball. Another payoff pitch from Luigs to Reese Lightning. And Kyle apoplectic on the bump with the battles that these Party Animals have been giving him tonight. 5 hits thus far, 2 runs in each inning. And that one tapped to the right side. Danny Hosley, nice snag. Shovels it to first for out number 2 as Swan gets over to third base. And we are joined by the Party Animals designated hitter, Mr. Joe Lytle.
How's it going, Biko?
Really good. Thanks for popping up in the booth, man.
Thank you for having me.
Good start to your evening. A 3-base sprint.
Say that one more time.
A 3-base sprint, an RBI, and a run scored in this very inning.
Yes, sir. It was, I still don't have my breath.
Well, it is quite a journey up to the box as that one's tapped towards third.
Not
Jackson
wrong.
Olsen,
Ooh,
bare
good play.
hand.
Oh, he's safe, though.
Yeah.
Nice play, though.
Dalton Cornett able to beat it out. Gets an RBI for his troubles. He is now 2 for 2 on the night. And it's your third run of the frame. BSN's Obscure Games, welcome to the BTV family.
Now here's a dangerous guy coming to the plate.
Just about as dangerous as they make him. Jake Skoll, an RBI ground out his first time. He stung a ball to first base in an at-bat that went double-digit pitches.
That guy battles up there, man. He has some of the best ABs I've ever seen.
He averages over 4.5 pitches per plate appearance, which leads the tour.
Wow. That's impressive.
Richard Shoemaker, thank you so much for the donation. And Stu Berner, welcome to the BTV crew. It's a wild night in the chat thus far.
People popping off.
Oh my gosh. It's been a good one. There is the best mullet in Chatham County, possibly this side of the Mississippi.
Nah, the whole U.S.
I like it.
Nah, probably the world, honestly. Nah. Honestly, I met a guy in Arizona. His name's Mac the Savage. His mullet beats mine.
That's good to know.
That's the only one, though.
Okay, so this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
We'll go back to that. 2-2. And Jake once again works the count full. You guys, as a team, have been battling Kyle. Now 6 hits across an inning and 2/3.
Yeah.
Cornett takes off on the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Good play there by Jackson Olsen to stick with another rather wild throw from Bill Leroy. Skoll, for the first time on the tour, in his season-leading 18th ball 4 sprint, is content with just 1 base.
That's his first time stopping at first?
He had gotten 2 on at least 2.
Wow.
On all of the first 17.
That's impressive.
And now Bryson Bloomer, and this is why I am not jealous of Kyle Lewick's situation, because it's out of the frying pan into the fire.
You're not wrong.
You go from one of the best hitters we've ever seen play in this stadium to the guy who's actually leading the tour in batting average. And
oh
my
gosh!
Kyle Lewis! Between the legs!
What a play! ESPN, better be watching.
How about those reflexes from Cowboy Kyle? That was a dazzling snag.
Wow.
You're telling me? Are you kidding me? Kyle Lewis between the legs. Dun-na-na, dun-na-na.
Not wrong.
It is.
Wow.
That's a trick play, and slap a star next to it in your book for good measure. Nearly went down into a split there.
That was impressive.
So nice, you get to see it twice. Donald Wooten, welcome to the BTV crew. Jesse Cole competing with the young professor. And a sing-off here between frames. And welcome back into the broadcast booth as Joe wants it that way.
I want it that way.
Yeah, here, come get real close and comfortable with me.
Sorry.
We'll bring, you just heard Josh's voice. He has made the journey up from the field to the broadcast booth. Joe, is there something that you guys are starting to figure out about Kyle now in your 9th game pitching or hitting against him, rather?
I mean, I feel like it's not necessarily figuring out, it's just being more comfortable in the box. You know what I mean? Like, first few at-bats, it's super uncomfortable. You don't know what he's coming at you with. And, like, not shots at Kyle or not shots at anybody, but pitchers kind of fall into a routine, and sometimes you can pick up on that. But, like, actually, Kyle picked up a new pitch today, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. He's doing a splitter. Today's his first day bringing that bad boy out, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is going to be pretty fascinating to see. Now, we got to talk about your Showman of the Night performance in the last ball game. Joe, I talked about it earlier when you were at the dish. That is one of the 2 farthest home runs I've ever seen hit to right field here in 3+ years of broadcasting baseball.
Love to hear that. That's probably the furthest ball I've ever hit in my life. Not gonna lie.
I tracked it on Google Maps because Josh and I were the only people in the stadium, besides Chad Reese, our coordinating producer, and Kara Heater, our marketing director, who all share this booth up here, who got to see that thing clang off of a gray SUV on the hood of it on the fly. And now when you can get a look at how far out that
that's
is.
super far. Where? So, okay, tell me, where'd it hit? I'm looking.
Ryan Cox taps it to second.
Oh, what a play and a bounce. Is that 2 trick plays? I think that's 2 trick plays.
I'm going to say 1 because...
What?
Yeah,
The bare hand, then the bounce? It's not 2?
Maybe
Anybody can barehand a ball, Joe.
Oh, you do it.
Maybe I'll get out there. Slap a Party Animals jersey on me. Let's do
It's
it.
not that easy. I've tried it. My hand hurts.
you know, we're going to add, I would say maybe a 3-star trick play. We rank them 1 through 3 stars.
Okay.
You know, maybe a little bonus there. Maybe it's a trick play into half.
That's fair. Is it more juice factor points, more stars?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Fair enough.
Ryan Rigsby, thank you for the donation, says OCU
Ryan
Ruby
Riggs.
Checks.
That's my guy, my roomie right there.
Going back to Oklahoma City University.
Yes, sir. Love that guy. One of my best friends right there. Thank you for supporting the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals.
Yeah, it has been all Party Animals on the tour thus far. You guys...
Not all.
Correct.
If it was all, we would be undefeated.
Right. Yes, that's a good point by you, Joe. You guys have a 3-game lead. You're 11-8-1, winners of 2 straight. And I have heard from my sources, who will not be named, I'll pull a Tim Kirchin here, that the vibes in your dugout have been immaculate, especially as of late.
Oh, 100%. The vibes are always high. All we're trying to do is party and play. Like, I mean, you can't really beat that. Like, the energy when you're doing that is just unmatched.
Payoff pitch to DR Meadows, Bananas center fielder. To the left side of the infield, Bryson Bloomer sails it over to first. That was going to be bang, bang. I'm a hitter-friendly scorer. Feels like an infield single.
Sure. You're the score guy, not me. This is the greatest show.
DR is just about as fast as they build
Yeah,
him.
he is really fast. You're right. Hey, but Bloomer over there's got a cannon, so I don't know.
Brent, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much more for what you said. He said Biko's hair is a national treasure. You know, I'm not self-conscious about a lot in life, but my hair, I've never really felt like I've mastered it, so I appreciate you pumping that out.
I think your hair's amazing.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
That's really kind of you. Pat Radonisic, welcome to the BTV family. We're on an unmatched pace on the tour as far as donations and memberships being thrown out there. Jackson Olsen, our TikTok superstar, sends that ball foul. And a 2-1 count on the Bananas' third baseman.
What are the chances DR steals right here?
That's a great question. Jackson represents the innings, not even the innings tying run. The innings tying run is in the on-deck circle.
That's fair.
So I would put them a little low. DR's 5 for 8 on the tour in his stolen base attempts.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, among your Party Animal pitchers, where does Delano rank among best pickoff moves on that team?
In my opinion, probably number 2. I love Porter's pickoff. I think Porter has one of the quickest pickoffs I've ever seen, and it's wild. Delano's is up there too. They're neck and neck for first and second place.
Payoff pitch to Olsen. There goes DR.
There he goes.
Full count. You
That's
think
fair.
it's getting a little
That's
different.
Fair. That's fair. Good point. Good point. Good point.
Trying to stay out of the double play.
Hopefully a line drive isn't hit like last inning.
Yeah, Michael Deeb was
Caught off guard. Just a tad. It's okay. Happens.
certainly thinking half glass full that liner might get through the infield. Dustin Baber.
Oh, behind the back.
to
Got him.
first.
Oh! Watch
Goodness.
out, Blue.
Mark Cole
Should not be standing there.
That is not the way. Not where you want to stand at all.
It's not where you want to stay. And you were out. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah, we will hope. Well, it looks like he's actually calling.
No.
Jackson.
He was out. He was out.
Well, we're looking at it again.
He's out. He had his fist up.
Holy moly.
That was an impressive tackle by Jackson Olsen. I did not know he was a football player in a past life.
The only thing Mark Cole could say here is that Jason Swan was lifted off
No!
the bat. And Joe's apoplectic at the call.
I don't even know what that word means, but sure.
Frustrated.
Yes, very.
Unhappy.
Yo, majorly.
Besides yourself.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure.
Well,
I guess he gave him the hit stick points. That's why he's safe.
that's right. Whether it was the right call or not, with 1 out, the innings time run is at the dish. It's the Prince of Banana Land himself, Bill Leroy.
Hope Jackson's okay, though. He's shaking his head over there.
Yeah, that was a serious hit. Jackson with a little bit more protective equipment than Mark Cole.
That head down, though, he was running hard.
Welcome to Banana Ball, man.
Never know what you're going to see.
Hunter MC Cornack, thank you so much for the donation. Bill comes in hitting .293, just sneaks into the top 10 in batting average at number 9, right ahead of Ryan Cox. Timbo, thank you for the donation. Says, love what you guys are doing for baseball. See you in Indy in June. Can't wait to see you in Indianapolis, Timbo. And Thomas Smith gifts 5 Bananas memberships to the people. Wow. Thomas.
For the people, Thomas.
Goodness gravy. Ariel Gonzalez with the largest donation I've seen in my life, I think, in BTV history. Hello from Mexico. Go Bananas.
Wow. Let's go.
Ariel, hi from our side of the border.
Let's go Party Animals, though. Fix that for you.
That's good. Good editing there, Joe. Big 2-2 pitch coming to Joe. Check that. Joe's in the booth.
Bill Leroy.
Coming to William Billiam.
Ooh,
Leroy's.
William Billiam.
Billius, Billiam, Billy Bryant, Billy Bob, Leroy the fourth.
Oh my goodness.
That's his official name on his birth certificate. Payoff pitch. Chop back up the middle. Could be 2.
Oh, good play.
Baber steps on the bag. Throw to first. Second double play in as many innings. Party Animals up 2 points to zip. And let's check out why Joe Lytle was the showman of the night 2 evenings ago. Josh, how did this man do it?
Well, we're going to pick up here in the 4th inning a spot I think Joe probably remembers pretty well. Ding Dong City. Are you kidding me? One of the deepest balls, once again, that we've seen hit out of Grayson Stadium. Joe, love the way you did the bat flip there. You played that up really well. By the way, I heard that was on MTV's Pimp My Bat last night. Really good stuff. And by the way, taking the Party Animal slide on the way home. Loved that touch as well. The boys pumping it up, as always. You got to get a look at that one more time in slow-mo. Doesn't that look good, Joe?
I love that view. Oh, the bat flip,
there
too. There it is.
The bat flip in slow-mo,
hey,
too.
a little non-known fact. That's my first bat flip ever in all of baseball.
Wow, great for you, Joe.
Yeah.
That's a great look. And then, by the way, you came up against DJ the Invader in the 8th inning. You're going to clear the bases with a little triple, knocking out the 2 hardest legs of the cycle. If only you had had a couple more at-bats or the other night.
Or I just wouldn't have struck out my other one and flown out to center. Then I could have had the cycle, you know?
Very true, Joe. But once again, an incredible night. Your first showman of the night. And what does that feel like, buddy?
It feels amazing. I actually didn't know until Biko texted me today. He was like, congrats on showman of the night. I was like, what? Me? Thanks. It means a lot. It's awesome. It's really cool.
We like to keep those things under wraps until the right moment to reveal it, you know?
Feel that.
There's a serious shadow council.
Who's hitting right now?
That's a really good question, Joe. You are in the hole, I believe.
I think I need to go.
Yeah, thank you so much for popping up into the booth, dude.
Yes, sir, of course. Thanks for having me.
There goes Joe Lytle, who could be hitting any moment now, and in fact is due up to hit this very inning. I'm actually just slightly ahead of myself. Joe is in the pit due to swing at 4th. I wasn't sure if my book was lying to me or not. Josh was looking at microphones and soundboards. How did Tanner Thomas get to first base?
Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Single to right field, actually, Biko. That's it. I remember.
Good. Sure you do, Josh. That had nothing to do with Kara Heater.
Nope, nothing at all.
Thank you. Thank you to our marketing director. More genius with a donation in yen, 140 of them. I don't know what the conversion rate is there, but thank you so much. It's about $1.40. That's amazing. Kyle, with Cox, Hosley, and Meadows behind him, break off one of the more complicated dances on the year, and Breland tries to send it to the land of good and plenty. Party Animals EH grounded out to third his first time. Tanner now 2 for 2 on the night with 2 base knocks. Jeff Asher, welcome to the BTV crew. What is in the air in the virtual world tonight? We're on a whole nother level here in the chat. Lane Kemerick, welcome to the family as well. Same goes for Zachary Dillinger and Valor with a $10 donation saying best show on earth. Thank you. Erica Valgren, welcome on in as well. That one to right. Noah Bridges there to make the snag. And I think I am caught up on the chat, but my deepest heartfelt apologies if I've missed any members or donations thus far.
I think you're doing a great job here, pal.
Thanks, Josh. That actually means the world coming from you.
It ain't easy work, Playboy.
Now Chase Acuff, line drive single right back up the middle, scored an inning ago. Party Animals 2 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. Nanners have yet to have anybody touch home plate safely and trail the game 2 points to zilch. Benjamin in the chat says Ump just got destroyed when Jackson Olsen collided with Mark Cole. That's a really tough play that Noah Bridges just hauled in. Was running out of real estate awful quick in the tiny bit of foul territory there is on the right field line, able to make the catch.
You're telling me just a really good job of being aware of his surroundings. He's creeping towards the bullpen. I want to say Dakota McFadden out there kind of just messing, or working with some of the guys in the pen, and he might have helped out Noah Bridges, just letting him know his surroundings and being able to make that catch there.
Got room, one of the classic phrases in baseball. I wouldn't doubt that D-Mac was helping out his right fielder as Lytle, fresh from the press box, down into the batter's box. And he's 1 for 1. A 3-base walk, an RBI, a run scored, and now a single. And just how dangerous does this Party Animals team get if he is heating up?
It's just, there would be no breaks in this order at all.
It's starting to get a little scary, to put it lightly. And Lytle is the type of hitter, you saw it with the highlight just in between innings there. The bomb to right, the triple that drove in 2 to deep right center field. He's got such a sweet swing and uses the opposite field incredibly well to boot.
And I'll add just one more thing about the Party Animals. Just such a well-balanced lineup in terms of the lefties versus the righties in that order. I mean, just lining it up, a switch hitter in Hampton, 2 lefties in Cornett and Skoll, then you go back to Bloomer righty. It just goes on. It's an incredibly, incredibly balanced lineup.
And it has been paying dividends for the bad boys of Banana Ball thus far on the tour. Steven, thank you so much for the donation. Says, love watching the Bananimals. Keep the vibe going. I do love the amalgamation of bananas and Party Animals. It's been catching on in the chat over the past few games. That ball stroked to center, but DR right there to end the inning. Swanee now 1 for 2 on the night. And for the first time this evening, the Party Animals failed to score. The Bananas just need 1 run in the bottom of the third to cut the deficit in half. Let's throw it down to Jesse Cole for some 3-2-2 tryouts.
All right. Now we're going to play a song. You have to do the dance and see if you can throw a strike by Party Animal Sam Claycamp. All right. Let's see what we got. You got the Bananas behind you. Here we go. Oh, yes. Here we go! Oh! The slider and the strikeout call by Vincent. Let's hear it for 13-year-old Remington. Good job, buddy.
Give that kid a uniform. That was pretty terrific 3-2-2 mechanics out there. Not a bad pitch thrown either. Ray Rinaldi, thank you so much for the donation. He says, how's it going? It's going great, Ray. Hope you can say the same. Little Penguino, welcome to the BTV crew. Same goes to Steven. Thank you so much for joining the fam. And Phil York, thank you for the donation. Something in the water tonight, Josh.
I love it.
I love it too. This is unreal. Caprice says she did the patron thing solely to be able to use the Josh emote when needed.
These people speaking my language right now.
Well, Caprice is a legend of the game.
I'm flattered.
In every respect, Danny Hosley, blast deep to left field, walk-off smash! Cuts the Party Animals lead in half in one fell swoop. Second long ball of the tour for Danny.
And something desperately needed by the Bananas after hitting into 2 double plays to end the innings. To get that big swing from Hosley is huge in cutting that lead in half.
Slams the dish with the Mondo bat. And the after effects of the slam on home plate sends his teammates to the ground. Chicks dig banana ball, the shirts don't lie. As you take a look at that one, sailing over the left field wall, where did it go? Who knows? Somewhere around the Savannah Cardinals sign. If Tanner Thomas's route tells us anything. And now you see the Bananas making a trip through the crowd to celebrate with the full capacity historic Grayson Stadium. Danny Hosley heating up, Josh.
Yeah, that's right. Now 5 hits in 5 games in April, and give him 4 runs batted in to go along with that.
I mentioned it, his second bomb of the tour, as you get to see it one more time. That's to go with a triple and 4 doubles. And he snags his 5th walk-off. Just 2 behind DR Meadows for the tour lead. Kevin Riley, thank you so much for the donation. Samantha F., same goes to you. She says, go Bananas from Sarah, age 9, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right, and Kenneth James. How's it going with you, Big Tiger? They don't stop, Josh. They don't stop, man.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Well, this is part of the allure of Banana Ball, is the game can be going so badly for you. The Party Animals have gone through their order nearly twice. Dustin Baber in the 10-hole, who leads off the top of the 4th. The only man who hasn't gotten 2 plate appearances. And they have scored 5 runs in total. But in one fell swoop, Danny Hosley leaves the building. And it's just a 1-point game.
It's a massive pick-me-up for the Bananas and a big momentum booster as well. You've got to feel that the guys out there on the field feeling good, and for Kyle Lewis to finally get a little bit of run support and hopefully carry some momentum out there on the mound.
Baber, the second baseman, lined out to first with the mic on him his last time up. We'll hope to talk to him further on in the tour. Wanted to chat in the bottom of the second as well, and then Joe Lytle got up, and I think we just got discombobulated as Baber discombobulated by Kyle Lewis. First strikeout on the night for Cowboy Kyle.
Yeah, tough month so far for Dustin Baber, batting below 100, and you thought maybe he'd get back on track with pretty good numbers against Kyle Lewis. Not the case so far tonight.
It's a testament to how solid he was across most of February and March, because the batting average still at 246 and the OBP north of 300. Vincent Chapman calls time. And with a 1-0 count on Reese Hampton, he's going to break it down for us. Shaking what his mama gave him at a pace and with a furious tempo that only Vincent can keep up with. And the fans awful thankful that he blessed us with his beautiful gift of dancing. Yebus, thank you for the donation, said, can I get a hey-ya for that homer? Yebus, you can get a hey-ya anytime you'd like. Timbo with a donation says, kaboom! Hampton chops it off of the glove of Jackson Olsen. That's not normally where you see an error by a third baseman happen, but that's what it is. 7th error on the tour for the grade 8.
I think that was just a situation. Hampton, such a speedy runner out there. Olsen really not trying to rush that ball getting to him, but took his eyes off of it for just a second, and there's why there was a deflection.
Reese now 1 for 3. He's already stolen third tonight, takes off for second. Cornett serves it to left. Michael Deeb there to snag it, and Hampton scurries back to first. Cornett now 2 for 3. A ribeye, a run scored, pair of singles to go with his fly out.
His 31st flyout of the tour, Biko. He's on a torrid pace in terms of his fly ball outs.
The launch angle has been terrific for the pride of Pippa Passes, Kentucky. Noah Staggs, thank you for the donation. Virtual high five right back to you. Kyle Smith, same goes to you, my dear friend. Commercial sound and video. Goodness gravy.
I love these people, man.
This is incredible.
I want to take them home to mom and introduce her to them.
I would like that too, Josh. That'd be really nice, man. It's the kind of people that I could get used to. This one out towards the fans. They are not able to make a snag. We've had 2 foul outs to fans here in Grayson Stadium, but not one in a long while. Jake Skoll, an RBI ground out and a 1-base sprint. Maddie says, Danny, I see you walking off the inning in 1 swing.
Biko, I had started the MPI clock for that Danny Housley at bat. That ball was out of here in 7 seconds.
Quickest inning of the night for anybody keeping track at home. That ball to the moon, but well foul. Ryan, thank you for the donation. Says, hey, Biko and Josh, you two are awesome. Well, you're awesome, Ryan.
Thank you.
That is awfully kind of you. Chopper up the middle. Jackson is going to take the sure out with his keister landing on second base. And Kyle, another nice bounce back inning. Keeps the party animals off the board for the 2nd straight frame. And Jesse Cole getting the full capacity crowd ready to rumble with some hey baby. I've got some housekeeping, Josh, on the Jackson Olsen ground out to Dustin Baber. Nice trick play attempted. Is that a trick play missed in your book?
No, it's not.
You think it's an infield single? Is it an error? What happened?
It's something, I will be honest, it's something I very much want to go back and review.
Yes.
I will definitely say that. I'm honestly perplexed. I need some instant replay. I need to see if maybe there was an incorrect call by our first base umpire.
It was debatable on what happened there. That's why we've got the best statsman in all the land, Mr. Talevsky, to review every game and make sure the calls are correct.
Gotta iron out those fine details, man.
It was a long at-bat, too, from Jackson, as we now get to see it again. Behind the back. It was definitely a wrong call. Although, I want to give Mark Cole the benefit of the doubt as he got absolutely trucked by Jackson Olsen on it. That was over 1 million followers on TikTok coming full speed at you. So do we just rank it a successful trick play and an infield single? I mean, what happens here, Josh?
That's probably what I'm leaning towards,
Okay.
yes.
I like it. Because you can't give Dustin Baber his first missed trick play on 19 attempts when you watch it back and he actually got Olsen. Noah Bridges will lead off the bottom of the fourth. 10 in the order, and then we go to the top with Dan Oberst and Eric Jones due to swing it, although it's always good to note that in Banana Ball, if you're the home team and you're not leading off an inning, you're never really due up because a guy like Danny Hosley can walk off the frame with one colossal swing of the lumber. Noah goes down swinging. First strikeout of the night for Delano.
5th strikeout for Noah in 5 games so far in April. Just sort of not off to the start that I think he would have liked this month, but we've seen some otherwise good defense from Noah out there in the field.
I'm sorry, 2nd strikeout for Garrett because he K'd Dan Oberst on a wild pitch and Dan got to first base. Garrett once again tied with Kyle Lewix for the tour lead. They both sit at 35 strikeouts. Delano now in 39 and a third innings. Kyle doing it in 48 thrown. Collins Orton watching tonight says goodnight to us. We say goodnight to you, Colin, as Maceo boogies over on the first base line.
Collins, if I had Goodnight Moon with me up in the booth, I'd read it to you on air right now.
Couldn't agree more. That was a nasty slider by Delano. Can't wait until our next encounter. Collins, Princess of Banana Land. Tim Sandor, welcome to the BTV family. Chuck Ross, thank you for the donation, says much love from Minnesota. Much love from Banana Land out to the land of 10,000 lakes. Brad Benson, thank you so much for the donation. He says, see you Tuesday. We'll see you in Grayson, man. Payoff pitch to Oberst, just misses the inside corner. Only the 4th sprint given up on the tour by Delano. Dan is the inning-winning run, and he's going to be able to motor to second. Jake Skoll was playing awfully deep in center field, and understandably so.
Talk about a rarity in Banana Ball. Entering play today, Garrett Delano with a ball 4 strike percentage below 2. Below 2%.
It's mind-boggling. By far the lowest on the tour. He has been pounding the zone. Dan picks up his 5th sprint of the season. Now Eric Jones tries to be the hero, watches the breaking ball dip outside of the zone. Eric a single his first time up. Starla Mutiny, thank you for the donation. Starla says, hey, hey, baby, ooh, ah, I wanna know, would you be my girl? Question mark, exclamation point, heart emoji, but typed out like a triangle and then a 3.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Old-fashioned.
The way my parents did it.
William Hall, thank you so much for the donation. Same to Aspect LOL with a 3 instead of an E. 3-1 count on Eric Jones. Ball 4 will win the inning and tie the game. And it's a hot shot snagged by Bryson Bloomer. Only play is at first. Jason Swan, good job getting off the bag and applying the tag as the inning-winning run 90 feet away with 2 down.
And this is the man you want coming up to the plate in this spot. Michael Deeb riding a 6-game hitting streak at the moment. And by the way, he has the highest mark on the Bananas, batting with runners in scoring position. How about a .421 batting average?
Indeed, last year's tour leader in walk-offs, 5 of them in the 12 games against the Party Animals. This year, he has walked off 4 innings. And a good check on another nasty bender from Delano. That one towards the back foot. And a hitter's count for Deeb. Not to beat a dead horse here, but this is where it's so tough to pitch in banana ball. There is no open base. 2 more balls and the Bananas walk the inning off. And Delano delivers. Heater right down Broadway. Such an important pitch, 2-0. Deep grounded into a fielder's choice, his first time up. And for the second straight hitter, Bananas 1 ball away from walking off the inning.
It's quite the conundrum as a batter. Do you swing 3-1 expecting the strike, or do you try and be patient and work that ball 4 sprint?
Well, Deeb doesn't have to make the decision. Lightning strikes twice here in the 4th. Delano with only his 4th and 5th sprint given up on the tour. Bananas tie the ball game without getting it hit. 20 years ago, you learned that chicks dig the long ball, as Dakota Albritton has a fight with a wacky, wavy, inflatable
arm-flailing tube man.
Thank you, Josh. Let's learn why chicks dig banana ball.
How long are they going to worship these guys?
Hey, we got TikTok influencers over here. All right, who's up here? Come on, guys, go. All right, you got this.
Feeling limber?
Hi, boys.
Chicks dig banana ball.
Have you guys seen Kyle?
Have you seen Kyle?
You see the fans rocking the shirt. We've got it up here in the broadcast booth as well. Can be purchased at Grayson Stadium in the banana stands, also virtually at thesavannahbananas.com. I think we're slapping a link in the chat to boot. Josh, chicks dig banana ball. Do you?
Of course, buddy.
Okay, will you be wearing one of these sweet tank tops?
It's quite possible, you know. I still haven't come around to fully adopting the tank top, but, you know, that would be a good time to try it.
I was kind of a cutoff guy for a little bit in my wrestling days in high school, but a pure tank top, I've never quite adopted it. This might bring me back. Let the arms eat. Forget the farmer's tan. Matt Malatesta, the new man on the mound, that closes out a roller coaster ride for Kyle Lewis. It was a tough first 2 innings, but really a testament to the pitcher that he is. He bared down and blanked the Party Animals in the 3rd and the 4th. The Bananas able to win each inning 1-0, and he left with the game tied at 2 points apiece.
Truly an admirable recovery by Kyle in the 3rd and 4th inning. Very, very good stuff.
It's 4-5-6 for the Party Animals. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Bryson Bloomer, Tanner Thomas, and Breland Almadova. Payoff pitch coming to the Party Animals' 3rd baseman, an RBI ground out. And also bounced into the grounder that Kyle Lewicks grabbed between his legs. And Bloomer picks up his 6th sprint of the tour. Head first dive just ahead of the attempt at a tag from Michael Deeb, which would have been bang bang had it been fielded cleanly. Sergio Santos, thank you for the donation. Sergio says, aloha from the shores of Waikiki, Oahu, Hawaii. Diving play in center field. That is a huge snag by DR Meadows to rob Tanner Thomas of a base knock.
Really interesting route there by DR. I think he thought that ball was going to stay up in the air a little longer than it did. He crashed in late and was able to make a great diving play there on that ball from Tanner Thomas.
Yeah, you saw it on the replay. He started strafing left, but took a step, maybe a step and a half back before being able to make the recovery. Breland went up with a little bat and then discards it. Now he's got the lumber he needs for the job. Party Animals extra hitter 0 for 2, ground out and a fly out. And none other than the Bananas dancing first base coach Maceo Harrison joins us in the booth.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Biko? How you guys doing? I was like, it's been forever since I've been in the, top area.
Oh. Here, Mace, we'll bring you right here
what's
for
up, guys?
the camera.
How you guys doing?
It's awful tight, so you got to get front and center for it.
I have no problem with that.
Really good work tonight so far.
Thanks,
by
man.
You, as per usual.
No, I appreciate that, man. I like how the players are getting into the dance and everything, man. They're starting to loosen up and have fun with it, so that's the most important thing for a teacher,
That's good to hear, dude. Now 2 down as Malatesta, when we get Maceo up in the booth, strikes out Breland.
Yes,
it now has to deal with Chase Acuff. 1 for 2 with the single and a fly out to right in foul territory. Shaylee Rinaldi, thank you so much for the donation. And Brad Detlefson, welcome to the BTV family.
Welcome, Brad.
Squibber up the first baseline. Malatesta snags it and will take it to first himself. Another good inning from the splitter specialist out of the pen.
Yes. I just love how Split is just out there just sitting chilling.
I didn't even notice that, Mace. Just hanging out in the outfield. All right, we'll be back with Maceo in a second. Right now, Bananas owner Jesse Cole joining us down on the field. It was all Party Animals early, but how about the walk-off homer from Danny Hosley? And then Michael Deeb with the 2-base sprint to walk it off.
What a turn. This game started off very slow pace, and then just like that, walk-off, home run, unbelievable. That's kind of the craziness of banana ball. You never know what's going to happen, and now we're already in the 5th inning and cruising now. Hopefully see if we can get 9 in.
Well, we've done it all 21 times. How's your confidence level that we make it 22 straight?
Well, they're going to have to move it right now, but I'll tell you, after the first 2 innings, it wasn't too strong, but seeing the guys turn around with 2 quick innings, walk off, I'm putting the money on a 9-inning game. We're going to pull it out.
Hey, how about your Banana Nanas, Jesse? I mean, they just get better with age. Another phenomenal performance here.
The first ever game back in 2016, we had a rain delay, and the Banana Nanas went out, and they danced during the rain delay, and I knew we had some amazing Nanas at that point. So they're still going strong with having them here.
It always warms the heart to see him boogieing. Thank you so much, Jesse. Have fun the rest of the night.
Thank you. Love you, Biko.
Love you too, Jess. There goes the man in the yellow tux. Owner of this here ball club with his wife, Emily. And Brad Detlefson gifts a membership out. Thank you so much for the generosity, Brad. And Ryan, thank you for the donation. Says, Biko, Bud, you're great, but it's pronounced Rhine like win. So I've been saying it wrong until I read that exact word. Rin with an R like Catherine.
A lot of people put my name in the chat too. Hello guys, how y'all doing?
Only took $10 for me to figure out how to pronounce your name. Thank you so much for straightening that out, Rin. Hot shot back up the middle. Dustin Baber can't make a tumbling snag.
Yes, sir.
And Dakota McFadden now 1 for 2 on the night. Lined out into a double play his first time, so 2 quality at-bats Maceo, how wild has this tour been compared to everything else across your 5 years in Banana Land?
Man, it's been the craziest experience so far, and I'm loving each and every minute of it. We're going to these different cities, different arenas, different stadiums, meeting new people, meeting new energy. It's amazing, but it's always good to bring it back home and, you know, celebrate with the day one fans, you know.
It does feel so good to be back in Banana Land as Ryan Cox will swing away, grounded into a trick play out of Dustin Baber at second base. Malachi Mitchell pinch runs for D-Mac over at first.
Oh, somebody's saying, Maceo, you gotta teach Biko to do the wrecking ball move.
Oh, you know what? That's honestly a really good idea, as Skull there to collect the fly ball. Now DR, who singled his first time. Yeah, the wrecking ball it's my favorite. I think it's a fan favorite. I would be honored if I could figure out the crux of it.
Well, it's all about, I tell everybody, just like tumbling is mental, so you just gotta let go and try your best not to hurt yourself, as long as you know oh yeah, he's too fast for that. As long as you know the proper, you know, techniques of going to a dive roll, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Now, Maceo, what is your favorite dance to do out there by first base?
It's always Michael, man. I've always been like a showman person, and Michael Jackson always had showmanship, man, personality. I love that. So every time I do Michael Jackson, they go crazy. Love it.
Now, our darling Josh has participated in 2 player dances with you, one last summer, one just last weekend. What is the scouting report on teaching Josh Talevsky how to do a group dance with you?
Okay, so the main thing is, like everybody else, you just gotta learn how to loosen up them hips. As soon as you loosen up the hips, you're good to go. But he is dedicated, just like all the other players. He will practice. Oh, I would love that, actually, to be honest with you. Get y'all on the field one good time, man.
I'm a hard worker, Maceo. I try my best. Every opportunity we had to rehearse that last weekend, I was in there doing it.
Bro, I know you are a hard worker. I saw you doing push-ups against Vava. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That one flipped to the right side of the infield. Dustin Baber underneath.
He gonna drop it. Oh.
And he disobeys Maceo's orders.
How dare you, Baber.
Makes the snag for out number 2. Now Jackson Olsen had the grounder to Baber, which we are counting as both a successful trick play and an infield single. Maceo, you weren't out there yet because it happened in the second inning, but from the dugout, you must have had a pretty good vantage point of Jackson, really with a nice, good form football tackle of Mark Cole, the first base umpire.
Oh, indeed. I was like, oh my goodness, he's about to get bum rushed. I was like, no. But thank God he's okay. Everybody was all right. I was like, jeez, man, that was a wild tackle there. I don't want to get hit by it for sure.
Yeah, Jackson had some good momentum to him. 4-year ball player at the University of Hartford, and then finished up with a year at Stetson.
He's coming with some heat. Ooh.
Started his Bananas career in the Summer Series this past August, spilling into September. And has been excellent holding down the hot corner and holding his own at the dish. Comes in hitting .236. It's a good pop. Had a monster home run to dead center field.
Yeah, Olsen's like intro is stuck in my head every single time he comes up to plate, man. I have to do it every time to dance.
You're in on The Greatest Showman.
Oh yes, love it. I wanna.
That's a good backdoor breaking ball. Count 1 and 2 on Banana Land's Greatest Showman. Interesting, Malachi hasn't tried to take off for second yet. He leads the tour with 17 steals in 19 tries. As Maceo breaks it down in the booth. There goes Flash the Kid. Throw from Cornette.
Oh,
not in time.
Sir.
Just a bit high.
Good job.
And Malachi 18 for 20.
That man Malachi is fast, man. I almost said Flash. Flash is fast.
He really is. We've been blessed to see it for 3 tours now.
You know, everybody gets me confused with Flash each and every time we go somewhere. Safe. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty surprising.
I know, very. I was like, I got long hair, you know, he got short hair. He got electric bolt. I got 00 and a dancer hat. It's cool, though. It's cool, though. We just get along with it. We make fun of it each and every time and just have some blast with, have fun with.
2-2, chopped foul. And the two of you both have pretty serious followings on the old interwebs. You guys don't joke around on the tick and the talk.
I try not to, man. I try to, uplift and try to do some different stuff. I do some banana stuff, and I do some, stuff of my own, like actual choreography, and try to make some TikTok trending dances. It's coming around. Trying to get up to the hundreds, though. I ain't nowhere near Olsen, though.
That's a fact. Jackson, north of 1 million followers, doesn't help him on the ground out to first, though. And Delano able to hold serve in the 5th. We're still locked at 2 points each as we head to the 6th inning with about 40 minutes to go in our ball game.
Let's go for it. I'm gonna learn to dance up in here.
Maceo, you feeling like you can teach another dance here tonight, buddy?
Oh, indeed. Make some like simple steps.
Okay,
we'll be
what
good.
do we got?
All right, should I take this off or keep it on?
No, keep it on if you can. If you can.
All right, so we're gonna not do much. We're gonna do a little slide here. So you're gonna fake it, and you've done this probably once or twice. You're gonna step out to the right, and then you're gonna come back in, and then you're gonna slide to the right. Woo! And then you're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Left, bring it back in, and then you slide. Yes, sirs. Let's try that. 5, 6, 7. Here we go. You go out, in, slide. Let's go other side, in, slide. Nice job. And then now we're gonna finish it out with these feet work. All right, a little footwork, and then we're gonna end with a pose.
Okay.
So we're gonna step 1 foot right, switch left foot, and then you're gonna do 3 steps. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna turn, pose. Hit whatever pose you want to hit at that point. I don't really care what you do,
Okay.
So actually, let's all here point out this way. Actually, no, let's point to the camera. So let's try it. 5, 6, 7. Outside, we go out and slide. Other side, out and right foot. Here we go. Go slow and quick. Turn. Yes, sir.
Great stuff.
Love that.
Wow,
That.
awesome.
Appreciate you, man. No problem.
Now you know what it's like a little bit, Nico.
Yes, I wish I would have gotten Chad up in here, man.
Next time, Chad pops in the dance as well.
Indeed, I would love that.
Maceo, we cannot thank you enough for coming up to the booth, man. It will not be the last time.
I appreciate you, man. This is my first time up in the booth, and I got a great view of the game, and I got to chill with some amazing people. I love you guys.
Hey, listen, in the future, maybe we even slap a mic on you when you're out there coaching first.
Come on. Y'all don't want to do that. I'll be making jokes. I'll be like, oh, they ain't ready for what's about to happen. Oh, backflip.
I love it.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Mace, you have a great rest of your night, Big Tiger.
Of course.
And we'll see you post-game.
Thanks, man. Love you guys. See you later.
There goes Maceo Harrison, the most skilled dancer in the entire Northern Hemisphere, I'm sure of it. Guy's just so good and filled with positive energy. I mean, you just always get a good feeling when that guy's around you. Danny Hosley, glove to glove. Joe Lytle takes his weapon with him all the way to first. Just for a tap at the bag, and he will retreat back to his dugout. He's now 1 for 2. An RBI, a 3-base sprint, single, and a run scored. Jason Swan, 1 for 2. He bounces it to Danny Oberst. He's not even going to leave the box. Dan will hand the ball off to Matt Malatesta. Swanee gets a hug and consolation from Vincent Chapman. Here's Jesse Cole.
Tallest pitcher, please welcome Dakota Stilts Albritton!
Well, I'll tell you what, we did not get to talk nearly enough about Matt Malatesta, who, for his 4th straight outing, was really effective out there on the bump.
Yeah, believe it or not, Biko, believe that was his 2nd appearance here in the month of April. He still hasn't allowed a hit to the party animals. Really good stuff when he can control his walks. He is very effective out there on the mound. And here's another guy, very effective out there. Dakota Stilts Albritton, only 1 earned run on the tour. Biko, he barreled the ball last night, or 2 nights ago. Wonder what he's got in store out there on the mound. Maybe a strikeout.
I wouldn't put it past him. The man out of Ellaville, Georgia, has really perfected his pitching, as Dustin Baber thought that offering was down low. Second baseman for the Party Animals, a line out and a strikeout so far on the evening. And also thought that was low, rightfully so. That was the big bender from Dakota, who was 1 strike away from fulfilling Josh's prophecy. Instead, Danny Hosley up the middle tries to flip it to Ryan Cox, who had the momentum going the right direction for the throw to first. And instead, it's going to be a Baber infield knock.
I love the attempt Hosley makes trying to get that ball to his infielder to make an easier throw across the diamond. But for Baber, good piece of hitting up the middle. It's hit them where they ain't.
High fly ball to shallow left center from Reese Hampton. It dunks in for a base knock. Reese thought he had just flown out and was kind of hot dogging it out of the dish. Instead, he's 2 for 4 on the night with the second base hit. Baber up to second, and now Dalton Cornett, who has faced stilts a handful of times on the tour. Party Animals catcher 2 for 3, an RBI and a run scored, and nearly plunked. That one served left side towards the crowd. Jackson Olsen runs out of room, and a fan not able to make the snag. Close one. Hot shot straight into the mitt of Dan Oberst at first. A strike off the bat of Dalton Cornett. And Dakota Albritton gritties off the field, gives up a couple knocks, but he strands both runners and puts another successful third of an inning in his pitching log.
It's something new every night with stilts. I love it. And again, Biko, it is not easy facing a guy that tall out there on the pitching mound.
Not at all. He's coming from 10 feet, 9 inches up in the air. We salute all the service members in the ballpark here. We send that to everybody watching at home as well. Biko Scala, Josh Talevsky, our coordinating producer, Chad Reese. It is time to spin the wheel of unfortunate, and I'm feeling lucky. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Oh, surprise! Wow, it went past it and then swung back. Josh and I don't know what it is.
This is the one that I've been terrified of.
Chad does. Kara hands it to me from off screen. Golly.
Oh, no.
Venmo Kara $20 at Kara Heater. Kara's surprised. Yeah, that's
Kara's about to get a lot of Venmos from the people now that you read her Venmo out loud.
Yeah, just in case you don't know how to spell it.
All right. I better spin. 5 gift members. Oh, man of the people. Here we go. Not just EJ anymore.
Nearly got Kara 2 Andrew Jacksons, but I will be the only one sending the Venmo 5 feet to my right here in the broadcast booth. That was fun. We'll have some more surprises in the future. Not at all what I ever could have imagined. I thought I was about to eat a gallon of mayonnaise or have to forward roll down the stairs in the grandstand. I mean, my imagination was going all over the place.
With Kara, you never know.
You never know. Okay, I'm going to take care of this Venmo real quick because I hate to have outstanding debts, and luckily she was one of the last 3 people I paid anyway, so.
It's very responsible of you, Biko.
Bill Leroy is nailed by the first offering from Garrett Delano, and he will take first base. Eric Jones and Christian Dearman bring out the Bananas decal Jeep, and Bill not able to get to first using his leg, so he's going to drive the Jeep there. In fact, it's going to be powered by Mr. Electric himself, Christian Dearman. And a well-deserved salute to the crowd from the Prince of Banana Land. Bill hit for the 3rd time on the tour. And the inning-winning run on first, 1 pitch into the 6th inning. Now Danny Hosley, who ended the 3rd inning, just 1 pitch into the action, with his 2nd ding-dong of the tour. A blast out to left. His first here in historic Grayson Stadium.
And this is a guy getting very dangerous at the plate and at the right time, a .444 batting average in April. And if you add him to that collection of Oberst, Deeb, and Jones, this Bananas lineup even deeper.
Hosley, the guy who's got the talent and the pop to turn the Three Musketeers into a core four, and then you throw guys like Ryan Cox, D.R. Meadows, and Bill Leroy kind of into that second echelon. Really good bat to ball. They've been pretty clutch on the tour as Bill back to first safely. He's 4 for 4 on his stolen base attempts, although has not tried to swipe a bag in over a month. That is an attempt at a check swing. Hosley goes around on the nasty 2-0 bender. Not at all what the Bananas second baseman was expecting from Delano. And another check on Bill, who's back ahead of the tag from Jason Swan. Bouncer to third, Bloomer to second, Bieber to first. Double play! Incredibly turned, 5-4-3 to get the speedy Danny Hosley. And the leadoff hit by pitch is eliminated, just like that.
What's more impressive is that Bloomer had to think about whether he wanted to go to second or first for a minute. Kind of a double pump before firing it to Bieber, but a great turn by the party animal second baseman, and a good stretch Jason Swan there for the double play.
And now Dalton Malden sings his way up to home plate.
Back down. Now batting number 13, Dalton Malden.
Well, you got a smidge of the songbird of our generation doing what he does best. And now the man out of Nashville, Tennessee. Originally from Lake City, Florida. Takes the bender low.
Chat, I see you guys going. Happy to provide some new memberships tonight. Anything for our lovely fans.
Somebody sent Kara $1. Justin sent Kara $1. Dalton blasts that one off the left field wall. And he ties Danny Oberst and Dakota McFadden for the team lead in doubles. 5 of his 6 hits have been 2-baggers.
Yeah, when Dalton runs into one, he really does. Big double up there off Garrett Delano. He had one very early on in the tour in West Palm Beach that walked off an inning. The first Bananas walk-up of the season, actually.
I've lost my ability to see the YouTube chat as I tried to participate in the poll. Then it started asking anyway. Doesn't matter. That's a chopper up the middle. Chase Acuff will fire it home. Dalton Malden falls down. And Cornette has him caught in a rundown. Now a flip to Delano, and there's the tag to end the inning. Aggressive base running from Tyler Gillum as he sends the Songbird home, and Acuff heads up, is able to cut him down. Delano holds serve for the second straight frame. And ever since the 4th inning, we continue to be tied 2 points each. Let's throw it down to the young professor for a...
They have to pick them up one at a time, and all the way back home. They get to start in their ninth. Soccer moms, are you ready? Claire versus Chris. On your mark, get set, go!
All right, the moms are up. The moms are up, and here they go all the way to first base. They're on their way to pick up child number 1. They're going to grab on to their child number 1, and on they go to second base. Here they come. Fans, make some noise, encourage them. Here we go. They're on their way to second base.
Kristen's in the lead. Claire's coming up behind. They've got a nice slow trot. They're saving that energy. They're going to need it as they pick up the second kid. Second kid's a little bigger, a little heavier. Kristen is in the lead. She's got the barefoot action for extra grip, but this is where things get dicey. Those kids start getting heavier, and they're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. They've got to pick up kid number 3, the hardest part of the race, and then make it 90 feet all the way home. But look at this. Claire is taking the lead from behind. Can they hang on and get all the way? It's going to be close. They got to make it all the way. Here comes Kristen. Kristen is sprinting in. It's going to be close. Almost there. Almost there. You got to get all the way there. Keep going. Keep going. Get there. Get there. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is Kristen.
Well, neck and neck finish there for the Soccer Mom race, which was invented here on the 2023 World Tour, and boy, has it been a fan favorite. That was an awful fun one. Paul, welcome to the BTV crew. Soccer Ref 29, same goes to you. That's as far back as my chat goes. I finally figured out how to get back in there after I failed to vote in the poll. I'll go to our coordinating producer, Chad Reese, to see if he saw any results from it. 58% Biko. I don't know if you even saw what the poll was, Josh, but it was who was a better dancer? Jake Skoll with a base knock through the right side, through the patented Skoll shift. He's 1 for 3 on the night, a ribeye and a 1-base sprint.
I just don't know if I agree with that. Have you ever taken classes on ballroom dancing or dance in general?
No, it's just natural talent. Listen, come to Saddlebags, you'll see me in action.
It's something else.
It is an abstract take on line dancing. Many people call me the Picasso of River Street.
I'll be honest, you're the only man I know who can just bust out moves completely different from everyone else at Saddlebags, and the people love it.
Some people just got it like that. That is going to be an RBI 1-base sprint for Bryson Bloomer. DJ the Invader, as you can tell, the new man on the bump. And the Party Animals score for the first time since the second inning. They pushed 2 runs across in the first, 3 in the second. Won those first 2 frames easily. And then the Bananas with a walk-off homer from Danny Hosley to win the 3rd inning 1-0 on the first pitch offered up. And then a walk-off 2-base sprint from Michael Deeb in the 4th. And it's been 2-2 ever since. Scoreless 5th and 6th innings. Now the Party Animals lead the 7th 1-zip. Bloomer collects his 2nd stake of the evening and his 22nd of the tour. Just 1 behind Jake Skoll for the season high. Bill's got this one tracked, and he does not snag it. Boy, you do not see that very often. Homer in an elevator shaft, and it clanks off the mitt. Another life for Bill's Bananas teammate in the summers of 2018 and 19, Tanner Thomas, and he uses it to fly out to right. Danny Hosley has moved from second back to right field and grabs out number 1. Easy Bake, welcome to the BTV crew. Paul, thank you for gifting out another Bananas membership. Bloomer over at first base, the Animals leader in steals, 12 for 15. DJ with a 5-pitch mix, 4-seam and 2-seam fastballs in the low 90s. We clocked him at 95 and 96 at the tryout back on November 19th when he really reached back for some extra cheddar. Works a slider, cutter, and changeup into the mix. That one grazed is the outside corner. For a 3-1 count on Breland Almadova, the Party Animals extra hitter. 0 for 3, ground out, fly out, strikeout. Kristen, a big fan of the soccer mom race. That one stroked down the third base line and fair. Bloomer rounding third base, he's gonna score easily. And the Styling Hawaiian has his second double of the tour. 2 runs here in the 7th for the Party Animals.
Yeah, they hit DJ a little hard in the last game, starting to do it again. And once again, this inning proved that ball 4 sprints, you have got to limit those. Of course, you saw that Skull able to come around and score that first run on that sprint from DJ.
Wow, Ryan Cox sticks with an aggressive hop, nearly sails over his head. The lip of the grass on the infield turned into a skee ball ramp. And Chase Acuff retired for the 3rd time tonight. He's now 1 for 4. Line drive single and a run scored. Cox with a little something special on it. Kisses the ball and sends it to first. And a wild pitch to start the at-bat for Joe Lytle. 1 for 2. Single, a 3-base sprint, a ribeye, a run scored, and a ground out. That one just misses the low inside corner. Mask Ranger 38. Thanks for becoming a BTV member. Rin says, don't listen to them, Josh. You looked great.
Well, Bika, looking in our K-Club chat, Kristen asking what my favorite ballroom dance style is. I like the rumba.
Well, so does Joe Lytle. Smacks that on a hop off the center field wall. Put his rumba into that. And the 3rd run of the inning scores for the Party Animals as Breland touches home plate. And Lytle 2 for 4 on the night. 3 extra base knocks across the last 2 games. And once again, that was just a ball that was absolutely pounded by the Party Animals extra hitter. Was their catcher on Thursday evening. He's been working in pretty much a 50-50 split handling the catching duties with Dalton Cornett. Jason Swan now with a 2-2 count on him. He's 1 for 3 on the evening. Single, a steal, and a run scored. Line out and ground out. Tapper to the left side. Olsen cuts in front of Cox. And what a stretch from Dan Oberst. Although they're going to say he went off the bag. Lytle safe at home plate. Racing in, scoring from second base. And it goes from bad to worse for the Bananas. 4 runs now here in the top of the 7th for their arch rivals.
That's just very intelligent base running from Joe Lytle. Jackson Olsen, of course. The throw gets Oberst off the bag, but with 2 outs, Lytle knows that the play is trying to score there, and he comes around. Very aggressive base running, and it pays off for the Party Animals.
It's going to be an E5 on Jackson. And now Dustin Baber, the second baseman, 1 for 3 tonight. DR breaking in, diving catch! Oh, the doctor! Spectacular for his 2nd straight time tonight. Really nice play by the 2nd-year Banana. Mercifully, the top of the 7th ends after 4 runs on 3 hits and 1 man stranded for the boys in black and pink, as Baber is robbed by David Meadows. Really 2 tremendous diving catches from the Bananas center fielder, who had not spent any significant time in the outfield before the summer series. This previous August had always been an infielder, but it's a testament to his incredible athleticism. I'd say him being 10 for 10 on trick plays, the vast majority of them being backflip catches, which has been unreplicable by anybody else on the tour, is another good example of that. We turn Grayson Stadium yellow here in the middle of the 7th. Our own take on the 7th inning stretch. full capacity crowd getting into it. This is the 22nd game on the tour. Party Animals 11-8-1, trying to make it 3 straight victories, which would extend their tour lead in the Party Animals versus Bananas matchup to 4 games. Nanners trying to figure out a way to take down the bad boys of Banana Ball, as it's tonight and Tuesday night, and then we head up to the capital of West Virginia for the Bananas to take on the Charleston Dirty Birds, an Atlantic League team in a 2-game series, which will be the greatest test as far as challengers go on this young tour. Two, 3, and 4 for the Bananas here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Jones, Deeb, and McFadden as EJ well under that one. Skoll and Thomas converge, and it'll be Jake to haul in out number 1.
And we've got a new man out there on the mound for the Party Animals now. Sean Fluke taking over for Garrett Delano. How about this? Sean Fluke averaging a 3-minute and 50-second MPI. That is the 4th best mark on the World Tour so far this season.
It's really impressive from the Exterminator, who has traded his usual mask for a beautiful, flashing pink cowboy hat. Sean in his 2nd straight tour for the Party Animals. And boy, that is a tight zone here from Vincent Chapman. That one looked around the vicinity of the black of the outside corner. Count now full at 3-2. Fluke four-seam fastball, 12-6 curve slider, and a changeup as Jason Swan flips it to the Exterminator for out number 2. Bananas only have 1 out to try and score 4 runs to avoid falling behind for the 2nd time tonight to the Party Animals. Ben the Man, thank you so much for the donation, and D Hall, welcome to the BTV fam. Dakota has taken Fluke deep before. Got the big 12-6 curve, Sean's signature pitch, and sent it out to left. Right here in Grayson Stadium. D-Mac 1 for 2 on the night. Lined into a double play and a hard hit single back up the middle as the bender finds the outside corner. Heck of a stop from Dalton Cornett. We saw 3 steals at first from the Party Animals on Thursday night. Nearly doubled their season total. They now have 7 compared to just 2 for the Bananas. As that ball with some mustard behind it to center, but Jake Skoll underneath and tries to snag it behind his back. Comes up empty. Jake is now 4 for 5 on the tour in his trick play attempts. First time he's boofed one. And the Bananas still draw breath here in the 7th.
But that is a great time, great spot for Jake Skoll to attempt a trick play like that. Up 4, you've got a little room for that kind of showmanship. You love the effort from Skoll more than anything.
Incredible feel, I couldn't agree more. Goodness gravy, Nicholas Shimko with by far the largest donation we have ever seen in the world, and Nicholas says hi. Hello, Nicholas. Thank you so much. I think that's 10 times the largest donation we've ever gotten. Goodness gravy. The broadcast department, notoriously the worst at gathering revenue for the Savannah Bananas, having a good evening. A record night. And Nicholas, you're as big a reason why as anybody, so heartfelt thanks. That's pretty powerful. Alex Ziegler, well, we were dazzled by Nicholas's generosity. Comes up to the dish with his bat ablaze. Brad Detlefson, second donation, at least of the night. I remember seeing you earlier on. Says, come to Minnesota and play the St. Paul Saints, please. Saints, one of the most successful professional baseball teams in all the land. It would be a dream matchup. 2-2. That is a front door bender and catches Ziegler looking. Fluke works around the trick play missed by his center fielder. Party Animals win the 7th 4-0. And with just 10 minutes to go on the timer, they now lead 3-2. And split with a mini split. I haven't seen a plushy version of the strongest banana in the world before. It's a good one. Welcome back up into the broadcast booth. Pico Scala with Josh Talevsky. Now, over the 3+ years that I've been calling Bananas games, we have gotten a plethora of really incredible gifts. Of course, Steve Kellogg with the DVDs, Caprice with more food than we could ever imagine. I mean, Daniel and Despaltra, the list goes on and on and on. Dave and Jen, Julie and Steve Vibert. There's a bajillion people who I did not get to shout out. But for those who may want to send us a message, whatever in the world you want to get to the BTV team, we actually have a P.O. box now instead of just sending things to Grayson Stadium, which could mean they end up in the outfield, outside, whatever. You can see it right there. BTV P.O. Box 5267, Savannah, Georgia, zip code 31414. So if you have any kind of curious things that you want to send us, go crazy.
Yeah, and how about this little bonus as well? We may or may not be working on a little email address as well for you guys to send us some messages that maybe we'll get to read on air every game.
It's a possibility. We'll see if the brilliant IT minds in Bananaland can figure out how to do it. I believe they will. So, thank you to everybody who has ever sent us things, and now you have a place to go crazy. We'll start opening some tchotchkes and some letters and this and that on the broadcast and get this thing even more interactive than it is thus far. Well, we've been on camera. Pakoko and Nancy Rogers, welcome to the family split. Welcome to the booth. He got up here awful quick. And there is Super Split. Is that? I've never seen this in my life. I like it. I like it a lot. We have a game going on again. Thank you. I appreciate that split. Danny Hosley, the new man on the mound, started the game at second, was last in right field. Now he toes the slab here in the 8th. So time to break down some banana ball rules here, because this is the first time we have come really this close to not getting 9 innings in within the 2-hour time limit, as Hosley strikes out Reese Hampton. We're at the top of the order for the Party Animals. Reese now 2 for 5. And Danny, at least as far as the ratio goes, the strikeout king on the tour. And lowest ERA out of anybody that has tossed so far this year. Comes in with a 2.37 earned run average as Mike Vivacis tap dances his way into the box. It looks like has a little portable piece of hardwood so that he can tap between every pitch. Player coach for the Party Animals, getting his first AB of the tour against Danny Hosley. As Split takes over our booth cam with his new little plush toy. It's the first time I've seen this thing. It's pretty sweet. One pop towards the fans. No one. Oh! No! The fans wanted to say that was a catch, but Mark Cole, the first base umpire, says no good. So another 1-2 coming from Hosley to Vivacis. And fouled off once again. Hosley going after him with cheese. It's been devastating with his 3-pitch mix to go with the 4-seam fastball, a 12-6 curve, and a changeup. And that one skied to shallow right. Dalton Molden and Eric Jones both thought the other man was there to make the snag, and Mike Vivacis gets a single, but then he's tagged out by Dan Oberst trying to get back to the bag. What a bizarre play. Fava, the head coach of his squad, dunked that puppy in between Molden and Jones, who both thought the other man was going to snag it. But a heads-up play by Dalton, who got it on a hop and immediately fires it to first. Looks like Vivacis was safe, but that's neither here nor there. He's out in the scorebook.
It's a tough way to get your first hit of the season, I'll tell you that much.
Pinch hitting for Dalton Cornett. He's immediately eliminated from the base paths, 4-3.
Look, you can't ruin the tap shoes running the bases.
Yeah, that's a good point. Vivacis doesn't have to worry about that. Now Jake Skoll, 1 for 3. Run scored and an RBI.
Now, Biko, I can't help but notice that you haven't commented on the fact that Jake Skoll's rocking the shorts like Garrett Delano tonight.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the style spreading further throughout the Party Animals team, as for the second time tonight, Skoll beats the shift. Able to find the 4-hole. And he has reached, by the way, the rules that I was trying to get into before the game went into warp speed is that if this timer runs out, which has 7 minutes, 20 plus seconds to go, then every run that is scored here in the 8th will count as a point, and it will be the final inning. If we can finish the 8th inning before the 2-hour time limit runs out, we'll play the 9th. If we can't do that, it'll be the first time on the tour through 22 games that we don't get 9 frames in. Which, by the way, only happened one time out of the 14 games on the 22 Banana Ball World Tour. It's probably because it wasn't loved by Zappos. Everything's different here in 2023. Skoll 6 for 7 in his stolen base attempts. And now a 3-1 count on the Boomer. Party Animals cleanup man. 0 for 2, 2 RBIs, 2 sprints, and a run scored. And now, a poll in the chat. How tall do you think Biko is? As ball 4 is fired. Bananas are gonna have to be really quick with their sprint defense. Skoll already scored from first on a Bloomer sprint back in the 7th inning. This time they're able to get it around as efficient as you could imagine. And the Boomer came into the night with 5 sprints. He now has 8 on the tour. By the way, the score bug lies to you. No, it doesn't. 3-2 Party Animals. We've caught up to the ball game. Tanner Thomas, the left fielder, 2 for 4. And a big cut and a miss on the middle heater. Enormous spot here. Danny Hosley, the Shohei Ohtani of Banana Land. Gets a fly ball into shallow left center. Who's gonna call it? Michael Deeb takes it over from Ryan Cox. And the Party Animals strand runners on the corners. Here's the young professor.
In the game. If the clock expires while the Bananas are at bat, then this inning will have been the final inning, meaning every run counts, meaning the stakes are high. If the Bananas are able to get out of it, we will go to the 9th, which will be our final inning. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pump some energy up. Let's get a great big wave going around the stadium. We're going to start right here. I want to send it all the way down. Get ready for the wave in 3, 2, 1. Let's wave. There it is. Get it all the way over there into the grandstands. Wave it out.
As the full capacity crowd waves here in historic Grayson Stadium. Less than 5 minutes left in the ball game. Like the young professor said, if the Party Animals get through this inning before the timer runs out, then we will play the 9th. If not, every run that scores here counts. So it is really high stakes. There is a poll in the chat. Am I 5'6", 7, 8, or 9? And so far we have 319 votes. What are the results, Chad? We don't know. Okay, 36% of the majority said 5-8. That is correct. So the people, as per usual, really quite astute. It's good stuff. Since last night was a lot of discussions about Josh's really wonderful mustache, figured let's really break down Biko's physical appearance here tonight.
Now, I'm surprised there wasn't a 5'4" option for you there.
You know, it probably could have been sprinkled in there. Bella, our third base camerawoman, has to jackknife out of the way of the foul ball from DR Meadows as we are under the 3-minute mark. Meadows, Olsen, and Leroy due to swing it. That one tapped towards second. Dustin Baber flips it just in time. Boy, he made that a lot closer than I think he needed to. But Mark Cole says the throw beat the doctor by a hair. DR now 1 for 3. It's always a tough play for second baseman, kind of in between. If you try and throw it, sometimes when you're that close, it can be errant. Now Baber for the second straight play. This time he boofs it, throw to first, not in time. There is the first missed trick play of the tour. Baber now 19 for 20 in his attempts. And life for the Bananas. 2 minutes left to go on the timer. And so many possibilities here as the Party Animals lead by 1 point. Malachi Mitchell pinch runs for Jackson Olsen.
Yeah, with this possibly being the last inning of the game, it's imperative you get Mitchell on because a ball four sprint and Malachi's going to try and score that game-tying point.
Bill Leroy, 0 for 1 on the day. Hit by a pitch his last time. Ready for a 2-0 from Tucker Perry, who checks on Malachi over at first base. Tucker was a Banana in the summer series. He's traded the yellow for the black and pink. Only 2 earned runs in 5 innings thrown so far on the tour. Malachi was off on the pitch, and with a wild pitch, he races all the way to third base. So Flash the Kid, now 18 for 20 in stolen base attempts to lead the tour. And he's 90 feet away from what would walk the inning off if it happens within the next 30 seconds. 3-0 pitch to Bill, fly ball out into right center field. Jake Skoll on his horse, he catches it. Malachi is going to score, he does. We're tied at 3, and with less than 20 seconds to go, we're gonna play the 9th.
And before the time.
Oh, he's doing it, he's doing something else. All right, who's next, right?
And Malachi is gonna celebrate by taking a penalty kick on Christian Dearman. Oh, he misses it! It was an open goal. Dearman is the hero. Malachi missed the open goal. Dearman's legs end up nearly kicking it into the goal.
Finished the 8th before the time expired, which means there will be a 9th inning. Here's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. In the 9th inning, every run counts for a point. With a tie game on the scoreboard, this is where things get interesting. The Party Animals can get ahead or the Bananas can walk it off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final inning.
You heard it from the young professor. That was the wildest 8th inning we've had so far on the tour, Josh.
It is not something I was mentally prepared for tonight. I'll tell you that much, Biko. But really exciting. We're going to get all 9 innings in this game yet again. And Danny Hosley out for a second inning of work. And this is where he has been so critical for the Bananas. Being able to shut down the party animals in that 9th inning, allow no points, and give the Bananas a chance to walk it off come the bottom of the inning.
I mean, if Bill fouls that off, instead of getting the sac fly to Jake Skull, we have one more pitch in us. Maybe 2, probably just 1. And then the 8th becomes the last inning.
It's one of those options. Bill has 2 options there. You take the pitch if it's outside, you get the walk off that way.
Right.
Or you're really just trying to do anything to put the ball in play and get Malachi across that plate.
And it was an excellent job of situational hitting for the Prince of Bananaland, who picks up his 11th ribeye to match his run scored total on the tour. As you take a look at his partner in crime, Cowboy Kyle, the ring dude, on top of the Bananas dugout, preparing the full capacity historic Grayson Stadium for what, no matter what, is the 9th inning. We're able to finish up 8 innings in 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 41 seconds. Breland pops that one up right side. Dan Oberst in fair territory puts it away. And Breland 1 for 5 on the day. Hosley gave up singles to Cornett and Skull in the 8th and was able to strand them on the corners.
Singles to the bases in Skull, Biko.
That's a really good point. Acuff is out over at first base on the grounder. Sam Claycamp and Chase both wanted Mark Cole to say that Dan Oberst had come off the bag. That was not what they got. So 2 quick outs. And Joe Lytle takes a fastball that misses a hair below the knees. Lytle having a great night. 2 for 3, a single, a double, 2 runs scored, a 3-base sprint, and a ribeye. Kyle Cliffman, thank you so much for the donation. Lytle is plunked. For the 4th time on the tour, he's just 1 behind Acuff for the tour lead. In that prestigious honor, who can get hit by more baseballs? And remember, every run that scores here in the 9th counts as a point. That is a large base runner, as Jason Swan takes a heater for strike 1. A quick look at Jake Lialios, the ring dude for the Party Animals. By the way, that's the first batter Danny Hosley has hit in over 20 innings of work. 20 2/3 to be exact. 0-2. Lytle 4 for 4 in his stolen base attempts. Hasn't tried to swipe a bag in over a month, just like Bill Leroy for the Bananas. And the bender dips low. Josh Greer, welcome to the BTV crew. 2-2 to the Party Animals first baseman. Cut and a miss. Hosley blows him away with the heat. And he holds serve. Here's the young professor.
Have done their job. They have kept the Party Animals scoreless in the final inning. That means 1 run, just 1 run, can win the whole thing. If we are tied, it will go to a showdown tiebreaker, but we don't want a tiebreaker. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, because this is it!
All right, Bananas Nation, we need your energy once again. We want to walk this baby off, so everybody get on your feet. Everybody clap those hands and make as much noise as you can. Let's go!
Well, of course, we've had one of the most dramatic and incredible Banana Ball games of the tour here on Jackie Robinson Day. This ballpark was created 20 years before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. And this is the 75-year anniversary of Jackie playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers back in 1947.
Yeah, and I was actually talking before the game with our man Reginald Horton. He was talking about Jackie Robinson. He actually had a Go Bananas and the number 42 written on his hand today. So that's how Reggie remembering Jackie Robinson today.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, there's so much history in this park. Legendary Bananas fan Willie, who I don't believe has gotten to come to a game since the summer of 2021 due to his health, and we always keep him in our hearts and wish him the best. He grew up going to baseball games here in Grayson Stadium where he had to watch from behind the left field wall because the stadium was segregated. And of course, we gave him a seat in the grandstands. Willie's seat still stands. Brett Helton in for the bottom of the 9th inning. Danny Hosley right back at him. And the inning-winning run, at least potentially, is on first base. Hosley 2 for 3. He walked off the 3rd inning with the solo home run that got the Bananas right back in a ball game that looked like it was a roller coaster cascading away from them. Got another look at that one, at how close Helton was at snagging the comebacker. Helton and Manana Bruce, Super Bruce at that, going wild on the Party Animals dugout. Noah Bridges back in for Dalton Malden. Noah struck out swinging in his only at-bat of the night. Dalton doubled in his. Helton has handled the majority of the 9th innings for the Party Animals as Noah skies it to shallow center and Chase Acuff, the shortstop, out to make the snag. Brett, the pride of Colorado Springs, 9th round draft pick of the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 2015. Fastball in the low 90s, cutter, changeup, and curveball to boot. And to the top of the order we go. Dan Oberst, 2 for 4. Pair of hard hit singles. And fouls off the cutter. Check that. What am I talking about? I was looking at Reese Hampton's stat line. Dan's 0 for 1, a strikeout. Check that, 0 for 2. Check that, check that, 1 for 2. Figured out, Biko. He singled in the 6th. And what ended the 6th inning as Hosley takes off for 2nd and Dan just misses by inches what would have been a walk-off extra base hit down the 3rd baseline. Josh, how the ding did the 6th inning end on a Dan Oberst single?
Dan singled. Wait, hold on here.
0-2.
Dan's, yep,
Foul.
I've got it. It was a Dan Oberst single. They were trying to wave in Dalton Malden. It was thrown to Chase Acuff, the cutoff man, threw it to the catcher. Catcher goes to 3rd base, and then Garrett Delano was there covering home plate and applied the tag on Dalton Malden.
You're spot on. You got a beautiful mind. Oh, that's a bouncer through the right side. Hampton gathers it. Hosley holds up at 2nd. And with 1 down, the winning run for the ball game into scoring position. Dan now 2 for 3. Also collected a 2-base sprint, so he's been on base 3 out of 4 times for the 2nd straight ball game.
What a great piece of hitting by Dan Oberst. Started that at bat a little ahead of everything Brett Helton was throwing, but Dan able to sit back and drive that ball to the opposite field. He hits more balls to the opposite field than any other player on the Savannah Bananas.
Dan's on each base. Hosley at 2nd, Oberst at 1st. Couple front door benders get the bottom of the zone. 0-2 count on Eric Jones. And Helton tries to sneak a heater past EJ, who's jammed on it. That was a good 0-2 pitch. right on the inside corner. EJ the EH. 1 for 3 on the day. Single ground out, fly out. And another tapper foul. Josh talked about it after the first inning. The Bananas need to be able to come through in the clutch. Another 0-2 pitch to Jones. Back up the middle. Baber to Acuff. To Swan in time. Double play. We're going to showdowns.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 9 innings, the score is 3-3. In Banana Ball, that can only mean one thing. Welcome to the showdown! There are a potential for 3 showdowns. The first showdown is 1 hitter versus 1 pitcher with 1 fielder. The job of the hitter is to score an inside the park home run to score. If they're able to hit one over the wall, the game is over. The Party Animals will get a chance to swing first. The Bananas get to go second. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. It's a showdown and make some noise. On the bump for your Savannah Bananas, number 18, Danny Husley. Now batting for the Party Animals, number 6, Reese Hampton.
For the first time in over a month, we go to showdowns. Last time we did this, Danny Husley was the showman of the night. After Reese Hampton, who hits first in showdowns, got an inside the Parker, Dan Oberst kept the ball game alive for the Bananas. And Husley struck out Dalton Cornett swinging and then won it against Brett Helton. With a fly ball into medium depth left field, you cannot steal first base at showdowns, so that wild pitch means nothing. Good to see the chat going wild for showdowns. Benjamin with the Kermit the Frog biting his fingernails gif. Encapsulates the energy in our 96-year-old stadium perfectly. Heater misses up and the count 3-0. We got word from Shark, our PA announcer and DJ, that the chase is in effect. So if ball 4 is fired, Husley will have to chase Reese Hampton around the bases. It's happened once between these two, and Husley beat him there. Noah Bridges, the man in the field, he is off to the races, trying to get this ball out and left. Hampton already around second, approaching third. Bridges throws it to Husley. The relay, not in time, way high either way. And Hampton continues his showdown success. Party Animals up 4-3.
Reese Hampton, he's the table setter for the Party Animals. That includes showdowns. This is a man who has an 11, he's riding actually a 12-game hitting streak if you include tonight. And by the way, Vico, I mean, his 1.627 OPS on base plus slugging, that leads all players in the month of April. He's been phenomenal for the Party Animals, and he proves it once again.
Reese is now 2 for 3 at securing points in showdowns. He's done it both times against Husley. Matt Malatesta's been the only man on the bump to solve him. That was all the way back on the second night of the year in West Palm Beach. Hampton was thrown out at home plate. Dan Oberst now swings against Brett Helton with the game on the line, and Helton misses the outside corner just barely. Chase Acuff, the fielder for the Party Animals. That ball drilled to dead center field. Oberst off to the races. He's around second. Chase gets to the ball. Throw to Helton. Under Brett. Bananas have tied the game 4-4.
We head to showdown number 2. In the second showdown of Banana Ball, it goes like this. We pull the fielder. This time, it is one pitcher versus one hitter. Must score or must strike out. That's what the jobs are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Showdown Round 2.
Hosley back out on the bump. Dalton Cornett will swing against him. Last time this happened, it was a 3-pitch strikeout.
I'm not playing my shiny team that game.
I think if you're Dalton Cornett coming up in this at-bat against Danny Hosley, you've got to be wary of his breaking ball.
Yeah, that's what got him on the strike 2 and strike 3 misses. And they were just about as ugly as swings as we've seen DC3 have on the tour.
DC3 nonetheless in a great position here against Danny Hosley, Biko. I talked earlier about how he flies out more than any other batter on the tour. You saw just a second ago. Any other time normally you don't want to fly out, but to have the ball hang in the air as long as it did, like we just saw with Dan Oberst, a big reason he was able to round the bases and score there.
Dalton Cornett 3 for 4 at scoring points in showdowns. The only time he wasn't successful was the strikeout against Hosley. 1 chase and 2 inside the Parkers, and he tries to check his swing. It's called strike 3 at the knees anyhow. And Danny gets him again. It's the devastating 12-6 curveball.
The chance for your Savannah Bananas.
Brett Helton getting loose on the bump once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, now batting for your Savannah Bananas, number 3, Eric Jones.
EJ has the game in his hands. It was tied 3-3 at the end of 9 innings. Now 4-4 after a round and a half of showdowns. Boy, Vincent Chapman doesn't give Helton a beautiful front door bender that from up here had plenty of plate. And a big cut and miss on a well-executed heater. That ball yanked foul. Helton, the Pittsburgh Pirates product. Eric Jones, the Minnesota Twins, and the Seattle Mariners organizations. Big 1-2 pitch. Bounced into left field. Helton's got to get on his horse. Jones is around first. He's around second. Brett gets to the ball. The most important throw of the tour for him yet. Gets it to Lytle on the fly. Joe tags out EJ. And we're going around 3.
Which leaves one more chance. Just one more chance for both teams. In showdown number 3, we put the fielder back out defensively and we load the bases. Every run counts in the 3rd and final showdown. There is no more after this, so Bananas Nation, get up, give me everything you got. Showdown round 3.
Well, what a tremendous heave from Brett Helton out in left center field. Little up the 3rd baseline. Beggars can't be choosers. That thing was there in plenty of time to nab EJ and give his team a chance to win it in round 3.
Noah Bridges is the fielder defensively. Danny Hosley is your pitcher. The bases are loaded. For the man walking up to the plate at this time, number 1, Jake Skoll.
Well, it doesn't get any bigger than this. Baber on third, Swan at second, Hampton at first. And the Tour's leader in on-base percentage, OPS, runs scored, RBIs, doubles, homers, and ball 4 sprints at the dish.
The Party Animals have the best player up at the plate for this scenario, but here's where it gets interesting. Jake Skoll so far hitless against Danny Hosley on the tour.
The best pitcher against the best hitter thus far. And that is a really nice backdoor bender. 1-2. And it looked like a changeup yanked down and in. And of course, because why wouldn't it, the count runs full. Runners can't take off until the ball is put in play. Payoff pitch, popped into foul territory. Bill Leroy gets destroyed by the young professor and can't get to the ball. Boy, second high stakes, high speed collision we've had of the night. And that one was at the biggest moment possible.
Yeah, Bill visibly frustrated with what just happened there. That was definitely something you did not expect to have happen on a 3-2 count, no less.
Just means more drama for us. Another 3-2. And it is ball 4. Here comes the chase. The ball has to be handed off to Hosley. It's a sloppy handoff. Danny now has to try and chase down Jake Skoll. Baber has scored. Swan scores. It was Tanner Thomas at first. He touches home. Skoll behind him. And it is 8-4 Party Animals. Bananas need to clear the bases.
The Bananas must answer back or hit one outside of the park to win the whole thing. This is the final half inning, ladies and gentlemen, of the final showdown. So let's go, Bananas Nation. Make some noise.
Boy, what a butterfly effect right there. It was going to be a tough play for Bill Leroy, but certainly a catchable ball in foul territory before the young professor ended up in his path.
And I think Danny Hosley, it's just hard to get right back on the mound immediately, bear down like that. I think that's why you saw a ball there high to Jake Skoll. Just one of those situations you don't even mentally prepare for. And unfortunately, or well, it works out for the Party Animals in this situation.
That's a fact. Yeah, Hosley was right there next to Bill trying to track down that foul ball. Then he huffs it back to the mound. And the exchange on the chase isn't clean, and now it's up to Michael Deeb. We need an inside the Parker for the Bananas to tie the game. He lines it to left center, and here comes the most dramatic play of the night. Deeb approaching second base. Chase Acuff gets to the ball. Gets it to Brett Helton. The throw to Lytle is not caught. Deeb slides in. We're tied 8-8. And for the second time in Banana Bowl history, that's how the game's gonna end.
That is unbelievable. Brett Helton, or not Brett Helton, Michael Deeb actually rounding second, comes up a little lame, and Brett Helton airmailing that throw.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming out to historic Grayson Stadium tonight. We love you so very much. And don't forget, the party's just getting started right now. The Plaza Party is where you can go and meet your favorite players, get some autographs, and just continue this beautiful Saturday night. My name is Shark. We'll see you back here at the ballpark again real soon. We love you, Bananas Nation. Thank you so much Have a great rest of your weekend. Good night.
For the second time in 22 games on the tour and 51 Banana Ball games all time, we end in a tie. And just like back on February 25th, Banana Fest, the score ends 8 points to 8 points. What a really bizarre and wild end to that ball game.
You're telling me, I mean, once again, just you think the party animal's about to win that game. Michael Deeb rounding second base, and he kind of pulled something. I saw him kind of grab his back leg as he was running. Brett Helton seemed to just think he had a nice, easy throw home, threw it over Joe Lytle. He had to jump up, back up to get that ball, and then Michael Deeb saw his opportunity, slid into home plate, and he's called safe to tie the game.
Well, and the thing is, it would have been bang bang had Joe gotten the ball. He didn't even catch it. So the slide and the play at home plate ended up being a moot point because there was no yellow ball in Joe's catcher's mitt. But that is besides the point. I mean, just from start to finish on Jackie Robinson Day here, we had the first two collisions on the tour between players and non-players. First, it was Jackson Olsen, huge hit stick on Mark Cole, the first base umpire. And then, in the most important part of the entire night, in a game that I mentioned in the pregame show and then again during the contest, was as much of a must-win as the Bananas have had. The young professor is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he collides with Bill Leroy, who's searching for what could have been the final out in the round 3 of Showdowns, and given the Bananas the opportunity for just one run scoring there in the third round when the bases are loaded, and it is oh so easy. I mean, you just really have to get the ball on the ground anywhere but not to straight to Chase Acuff on the infield grass, and you're going to win the ball game. Next pitch, bases are cleared by Jake Skoll. Michael Deeb able to reciprocate. I mean, the only thing that you think about in these showdowns is if a home run is hit out of the ballpark, the team wins no matter what, at any point, no matter what the score is. That's not what happened. It's another 8-8 tie.
It is an incredibly interesting game. We will see going forward if anything possibly changes with the way that foul ground is handled by players, whether they might be a little more restricted to the dugout areas, and I think that goes for other people as well. Again, it was an unfortunate situation at the time for the Bananas because even before they took the field, Bill Leroy called in Danny Hosley and Noah Bridges into a huddle to talk about their bases loaded strategy there. So that was a situation where Bill tried to take over as the leader behind the dish for the Bananas. He really wanted that ball.
Oh my gosh, and you mentioned it when he was walking back to the plate, but if we had a mic on him, the FCC would have taken us off the air. I mean, I can only imagine the expletives that were being muttered by the Prince of Bananaland as he sauntered back to home plate. And then not to bury the lead, I mean, we also had a walk-off from Bill Leroy to tie the game at 3-3 in the 8th inning with 19 seconds left on the clock when Malachi Mitchell touched home plate, or else we would have never had the 9th inning, and none of this happens the way it does.
It's one of the crazier Banana Ball games you will probably ever see. I will say that much.
Yeah, that was an odd one and a really fun time from start to finish. Josh and I are going to dipsky doodle out of the broadcast booth and head on down to the party plaza to try and grab some of the players and see what their thought is in the mere moments after the second tie in Banana Ball history when we're just barely over half 100 games played. And it's going to be really interesting, like you said, Josh, to see how foul ground is managed, as well as if we will have a tweak to the tie rule where Jesse Cole kind of said, well, it's only happened once. Well, now it's happened twice. If it happens close to like 5 times on the tour, then I think we do something crazy. But for now, I would wager 3 showdowns is the maximum, and we keep on going. Chad Reese, thank you so much for our weapon, and we venture downward. Okay. So you really get to see the whole kit and caboodle as we venture down the most perilous catwalk that I've had the pleasure of walking. Josh, have you ever had a spicier walk to a broadcast booth?
I can't say that I ever have, but you know, I'm not very good with heights, Biko, but I'll be honest, I've never really had an issue walking up this catwalk, but I hear it all the time from people. Just makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, the most infamous being our guy Steve Kellogg, who was shaking like a leaf when he got up to us. And, you know, I was thinking maybe he was just so excited to see us. No, it turns out he's deathly afraid of heights. So sorry for putting you through that, Steve. Of course, we have this marathon ball game and one of the wilder rides of the tour when I'm supposed to hop in a car and head to Disney World. Great to see Sarah, the wife of Mark Edis, Shark, our resident DJ and PA man here in Banana Land. And now we get into the madness that is the Party Plaza. Okay, a little concourse action. Josh, you've been a part of this a lot on the tour. This is the first time for me since the summer series. You're gonna have to lead me through here. What's the attack?
Biko, usually I'm going through the crowd, you know, people talking to you, you're having a good time. And of course, look, it really is, you just run into whoever's available and you give them a little chatting. And I'm really intrigued to see what the thoughts are from both sides tonight about this.
All right, well, yeah, that's the way to do it. We'll see if we can grab the most popular man in Banana Land, Jackson Olsen, real quick to get his take on a wild ride. Jackson Olsen, our TikTok superstar, one of the most wild banana ball games of all time here on Jackie Robinson Day. You were part of one of two collisions with players and non-players. Walk me through what just happened.
Well, I don't know if I'm fully mentally there right now because of the collisions, but it was insane and it was crazy. Like, Jesse Cole came up to me after the game and came around and he was like, this is banana ball. Like, this is banana ball. Like, it's crazy. It ended in a tie, but it was the craziest tie ever.
And Jackson, I mean, you talk about that showdown tiebreaker. I mean, what is it like? Michael Deep coming up a little lame around second base, but still sliding in safely to score that game-tying run. Walk me through that from the Bananas dugout.
To be honest, I thought he was going to pull a me and fake the hammy and then celebrate at home plate. No, but that was unreal. We saw the throw go over. Joe went up, ball came out of his glove. Game over.
Jackson, I mean, another crazy series here in Grayson Stadium. Compared to the last one, how would you sum up this series?
Oh my gosh, I think they're all crazy in their own way. You can't even like describe how crazy this stuff actually is. And you go back, you're like, did that actually happen in the second inning? Like, did that actually happen? And it's a whirlwind, man.
Jackson, thank you so much, man. You are really the highest price ticket out here, so we don't want to keep you from the fans any longer. Have fun in the Party Plaza. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Glad to see you guys. You guys are awesome.
There goes Jackson Olsen, our resident TikTok superstar, and the masses go after him with the vicious desire to get an autographed, get a little signed picture, maybe a hug, maybe a kiss, who knows. It's great to see some K-Club members. We've got Tia and Eric. Eric Holt, come on over. Party Animals jersey. Oh, yeah, he's a little juicy. Okay, sounds great, Eric. Oh, no, he's ready to rumble. Okay, terrific.
What we got going on?
Eric, give me your thoughts on a wild one tonight.
Well, it was a pretty wild game, you know, but I mean, the Party Animals.
Okay, that's a good take because the Party Animals up 2-0 early, then the Bananas win the third and the fourth inning, Animals win the seventh, and then the Bill Leroy sac fly with 19 seconds left on the timer in the eighth. What were your thoughts on the two collisions we had tonight?
There were two collisions, and I mean, I loved every single one of them.
Okay, what has your experience been like as a K-Club member? How has the K-Club been treating you, Eric?
Highlight of his day and every week.
Every freaking week. I'll go ahead and tell y'all, we freaking loved it. Unbelievable. Can't wait to get out here. And I'm not the best at being in this. So.
Eric and Thea, it is so great to see you guys. Appreciate you coming up to the booth and hanging out with us and having a fun time tonight.
It was a great time. The experience was freaking unbelievable.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
There go Eric and Thea. You guys are rock stars. The best in the business. We first met them in Florence, South Carolina last year at a Bananas vs. Flamingos game. They were fans of the whiteboard broadcast. What a wild ride. Okay, I see the Prince of Banana Land himself. We'll see if we can scooch by our guy Lucas here. Lucas, real quick, a resident bartender of Banana Land now, one of the greatest fans we have. Your thoughts on the second tie in Banana Ball history?
Say it again now.
What are your thoughts on the tie tonight, the ball game in total?
The ball game was a pretty good game. Had some good plays, back and forth. So, I mean, all around good baseball. Hate the Bananas didn't pull it out, but hey, it happens, right?
I hear you there, buddy. Hey, enjoy the Party Plaza. Great seeing you, Big Tiger. Always fun to run into our guy Lucas. We'll see if we can get William Billiam to Troy Leroy, the third picture, and then we grab him. Bill, I've got some questions for you, stud. Okay, picture time. Really good. That's fans first. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, Bill Leroy, the backstop for the Bananas, the Prince of Banana Land. Walk me through what's going through your head as you have a full-speed collision with the young professor trying to lock down that out in the third round of showdowns.
Nico, it's a bit too soon for me to talk pleasant about this moment because I was fired up because I'm pretty sure I had a beat on that ball. I did. I probably would have caught it behind my back. However, I met him in the hole and I plowed him.
Now, Bill, I saw before you guys went out there for that bases loaded situation, you gathered up Danny Hosley and Noah Bridges in a huddle. What were you guys talking about before going out there for that inning?
Confidential information. How much money you got on you?
Let me see. Maybe if we get some of that Cara Heat or Venmo money, I can get that from you.
We were just talking signs and a little bit of confidence boost right there. Say, hey, you got this thing, man, just like you did last inning.
And Bill, walk me through Michael Deeb up there at the plate, eventually coming around and scoring a game-tying run that ended this ball game at 8-8. What was that like for you?
It saved my mental stability from completely freaking out because if we had lost that game after I had a beat on a five ball in foul territory, no, seriously, he caught a barrel, as he typically does. He stumbled and bumbled around the bases, that big mountain of a man, and he made it all the way to the plate. And, never like to end in a tie, but it's better than a loss, and we put on a great show tonight.
Yeah, that's 4 years of linebacking at Notre Dame, motoring 360 feet around the bags. Bill, lastly here, because you're just about as hot a ticket as there is out in the Party Plaza. We don't want to keep you from the fans, but you got Plunk tonight. You got a little ride in the Banana Mobile to first base. Walk me through that.
Indeed. Delano lost the curveball inside. Could have been intentional. I don't know. I'll talk about it with him after the game. But got me right in the tricep. Didn't feel great, and a nice little ride right there was nice to first base. I don't even know what to call that thing, the cool mobile, pretty much.
Well, Bill, I know you were an expert kicker in your days. I think you could have had some really good play as a safety, maybe a linebacker yourself. That was a solid hit, even though you're not happy about it in the slightest.
It was full speed ahead. I played a little wide receiver, and I had my share of getting knocked out, but tonight I laid the wood.
Bill Leroy, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
There goes Bill. Okay, let's try and find one more lucky man out here. And I see the doctor. So we'll try and grab Mr. David Meadows as we traverse the labyrinth that is the Party Plaza after an 8-8 tie between the Bananas and Party Animals. Hey! David Meadows, the doctor, the pride of Idalia, Georgia. What a wild one here today from start to finish. Down 2-0 early, tied it up, down again, tied it again. A couple big collisions. What are your thoughts on an 8-8 tie this evening?
Well, there are a couple questionable calls with the collisions and stuff, but on both sides we all had fun, and the fans had a great time, so that's all that really matters.
Now, DR, we've seen some trick plays from you this month. The backflip catch on Thursday night. Just walk me through. You are able to do these backflip catches and still not a trick play missed on the tour so far.
So I think backflips are easier than trick plays just because it's the timing of it. So it's actually easier as long as you can do a backflip.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I can't backflip, so very unrelatable to me. And also, I think it speaks volumes that nobody else on the entire tour has backflipped and caught a ball. Now, how do you go through kind of making the adjustment going to the outfield when you had pretty much been an infielder your whole life, and now you're pulling off these incredible trick plays? Also, 2 diving catches, both very necessary tonight.
Yeah, so actually moving outfield, it's a little bit easier. I actually like running more, so I didn't get to run much in the infield, so now I get to run a lot more, and I absolutely love chasing out balls.
Okay, real quick before we let you go, one more game against the Party Animals on Tuesday night before you ship up to the capital of West Virginia and take on the Dirty Birds in Charleston. What are your thoughts going into what's going to be your biggest test on the tour thus far?
It's going to be awesome. We haven't seen anything like it yet this year besides the Players Association, but they're going to have good arms. They just got to figure out how to play by our rules, and it's going to be fun.
DR Meadows, thank you so much, dude.
Thank you, Biko. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, DR.
There goes David Meadows, and we will shut it down from here. What a wild scene it is on the Party Plaza, and I think it speaks volumes to what this entire thing is, that after the second tie in Banana Ball history, the party is just roaring as strong as ever.
Biko, I mean, it's always a joy to call Banana Ball game. It's just as much of a joy to come out here in the Party Plaza, talk with some fans, talk with the players, and really get to see what this whole thing is all about.
And shout out my man right here who, when I forgot my water pregame, I ran into him. He had two. He gave me one of his.
You're welcome, Biko.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have a good time tonight?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Game ball and it's almost full.
Got a game ball, and it is almost full of signatures. We got Tate, our legendary official scorer of Banana Ball. He is rocking the Banana Ball as well. Okay, so like I mentioned a handful of times, 8-8 tie. We'll be back in action on Tuesday night. Real quick, Tate, you have something you want to say to the people?
This is not just a ball. This is Danny Hosley's home run ball. I'm going to give it back to him.
Good, Tate. Tate always out there snagging the home run balls. You're a rock star, dude. Bananas Insiders, K-Club, man.
Let me get a picture with the two of you real quick.
Okay, live selfie on the broadcast. An 8-8 tie this evening as the Bananas go to 8-11-2. Party Animals 11-8-2. And still a 3-game advantage for the boys in black and pink. For our entire crew tonight, Josh Talevsky, thank you so much to Joe Lytle for popping on the broadcast, Dustin Baber for getting mic'd up during his at-bat, which was a line drive, unfortunately, straight to Dan Oberst, but it was a really good barrel. Okay, to shout out our rest of the crew while we're at it, our technical director, Griffin Ellis, pressing all the right buttons, Jacob Talevsky, Josh Jr. in the control room, not Josh's son, for anybody wondering, his younger brother. I think you can figure that out. Dakota Burns said on the replay, unbelievable. The replays tonight were phenomenal, so necessary, and just tremendous job, Dakota. You're a rock star. Julia Massey on the graphics, you are a stud. On the score bug, Kwanzi, he's got a last name, you'll never know it. He's like Prince. Emerson Umgren, the Iron Horse of Bananas TV, on first base. Bella Soto on third base. She was phenomenal in her first solo night on a camera. Alex Bagnall on the high home. You were tremendous as well. On the low home, Nick Keldy, one of our legendary guys, a Swiss Army knife of BTV. On the roaming camera, Gabriella Baldo, just terrific job going all around, getting Josh's hit down on the field, and Jesse during the 5th inning. And then our moderators in the chat, Katrissa Ballet and Colbite. It takes an army to make these things happen, and boy, I wouldn't do it with a better crew. Josh, your final thoughts.
Biko, wild game, always a pleasure to call it with you, and man, I love coming out here in the Party Plaza, getting to experience this thing. There's truly nothing like Banana Ball, my friend.
The energy is insane out here. It's a tie game. Bananas 8, Party Animals 8 after a final 3 rounds of showdowns. Tuesday night we'll be live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, first pitch at 7 p.m. Eastern. I am Biko Scala saying so long. I'm going to Disney World! And of course, we'll see you later!